Warrior Class Podcast, the one and only. Warrior Class Podcast, not like the phone is. The Warrior Class Podcast, where we teach the homies. The Warrior Class Podcast, won't leave you lonely. I'm about to beat up everybody, and them niggas always taught if we clown. We clown on everybody.
Welcome to Warrior Class.
Where the teachers whip ass.
And you will too if you pass.
Hey, we're back in business.
All right.
We weren't there last week. I was out of town. Shout out to Oluwade for his graduation from Hampton.
Yes.
Shout out to Bailey for his Belay's daughter for her graduation from high school.
Yes, with honors.
Hey.
Yeah. And my son will also be graduating to senior high school.
Excellent.
In a couple of weeks. Yes.
Oh, and Ade graduated magna cum laude for those who want to know.
So you know, I feel cheated because I only had one graduation. That was 12th grade. And I'm seeing people graduating 5th grade, 8th grade. What? What's this?
You had a graduation
party? We had an 8th grade graduation.
Well, I had a 7th grade graduation.
Wow.
I missed out. I really missed out.
I was here. So we I also went to a special school. So we graduated from 7th grade and we went to 8th grade.
Special school. Y'all rode the short bus and stuff?
Something like that.
No, we actually rode the short bus, and this is terrible, man. We went to a school for the gifted, so-called, but it's bad. We're riding the short bus, and we were embarrassed because the short bus in Chicago, I think it's always, that's why they made the song "Short Bus Shawty" and all that. It's for children who are mentally delayed,
special needs children, right?
Right. So we were embarrassed, so. Well, not we. I wrote a sign, and the bus driver went for it. A big sign that went across like 4 of the windows. I think it was only 5 ones. That said, excuse my language, y'all. It said, "We are not retarded."
Wow.
And we rode around with that until the principal got wind of it or something, and made us take it out the window.
Children, I understand. Y'all were children.
Right. The adult signing off on it. The bus driver signed
off on it, yeah.
Yo, I chat. I just realized, peace to the chat. Y'all already up in here. We got a couple emails from some folks. Was it? I know somebody. A couple folks I didn't recognize, but one person, but I don't remember who it was right now. But you don't like my music is back in here. Okay. Candy Rain. All right, Black Timbo.
All right. You don't like my music. Make sure you acting right.
Right.
You
should Rab's pasta sauce. Okay. All right. Peace, everybody. So, man, it was good to see. For my daughter, I don't know if you've seen the clip in the reel, Bible. I got a video of her in the line. And
although you really embarrassed her. You talking about look at her face. She's nervous. Never seen her that nervous. She's about to pass out. I was like, come on, man. Don't do it like that.
She couldn't hear me. You know what I'm saying?
She saw an actor.
She don't care. Trust me. She get it. And that's what she told me. I was exactly right. She said that she was crying and trying to make herself stop crying. She said, I'm trying to make myself stop crying when you saw it. She's like, I could not stop crying. I was like, I knew it. I was, if they will attest, my daughter has a really great poker face. Like you cannot tell if she's rattled like that. She has that when she's training, she got that face. The other women, the instructors like, your daughter she was looking hard when she be trying. I was like, she about to go at me. But I know her, so I know that's her poker face. I know inside she be, but she's good at, like Bob said, hey, you fake it till you make it sometimes. You pretend to be calm and you become calm. You know what I'm saying? So she has a good poker face. When I seen that picture, when I seen that video, I'm looking through that lens and I seen her. I said, oh, she can't even put on no face for this one, boy. It was good to see her. Like, I haven't seen her like overwhelmed like that with like happiness, in a good way. I got a picture of her when she was like 8, and I took her to this little show. And when she got there, all her friends rushed her, and she had so many friends like crowded around her to talk to her. I took the picture, and her face is just the same exact face. The same face that I told her about it. She's like, I remember that, like the same face. She was just like, and I like that because you don't get that often, with certain. Like I was a nonchalant, so I know the feeling that my parents felt when they looking for their child to be excited, and this was it. Her graduating, she was excited. She was really excited, and I was excited for her. I was nervous. I had my little suit jacket, I was so nervous. So this is a funny thing, and I'll leave it at this. We about to take a picture, me, her, and her mom, and my her mother's husband, because we're not together. She's actually married, and me and dude is cool. So I'm like, hold on, let me. I'm tripping over stuff trying to get myself together, and he stopped looking in the camera. He's like, "You ready? You good? You okay?" Like this is my moment. Okay, I'm ready. But yeah, it was good. It was really cool, man. I'm really excited. She's going to Jackson State.
Yeah, good.
Because she's into because she got a scholarship for the band. That's what she does. She writes music, and if you know anything about the band and Jackson State, they have one of the best. So she's going to be taught by one of the best. And they teacher have a relationship with the teacher that she has at her high school. So it's already a good relationship going on with her, and it's exciting for me again. I'm gonna stop talking about my daughter, but it's just exciting to see these a young. It's exciting to see her know what she wants to do at a young age and be sure. It's exciting to see her with a dude. I never thought I'd be cool with seeing her with a dude, but I take my praise because I feel like I've instilled in her the right things, and some of her nieces have told me this too. I've always gave them what I say game about guys and men and the world and just how it works, and to my nieces, their boyfriends they had when they were 15, they married them. And they attribute that to a lot of things I told them. Like they will say that Sheena, if she's watching, she tells me that all the time. And so to see my daughter with this dude that has all these qualities of a great dude, I try not to see it because he's just a dude my daughter with, so I don't care about you. As long as you ain't bad, that's what I'm looking at. The first thing I go to look at is you bad. If you're a negative individual, I can see that right away. Your character.
You look for something else first.
What did I look for something else first?
He's black, right?
Oh, I don't even look for that. I better not ever have to look for that. He's a burly like fellow, you know what I'm saying, kind of heavy set, you know what I'm saying, and she ain't no lightweight, you know what I'm saying. So I like how they look together. I like his demeanor. I like him always tending to her. I like him. Let me walk you to the car. Let me open the door. He take her to get her nails done. They do their little feet thing together or whatever. I just appreciate who he is, and I've only been around him a few times, but his family's around him, and I just appreciate her choice. You know what I mean? And so, I'm immediately on his team when they're around me. I'm getting on her. I make him feel uncomfortable. See how I react, Baba. She get out the car. She got her dress on with a little knot tie right here. I said, man, your cleavage, that's mighty low cleavage. She said, I can't pull the shirt up. Damn, I'm trying to pull up. I said, I don't like that. Then I point to him. He don't know my whole personality. So I point to him. I said, hey, you like that? Do you like that? Do you like that? He told me, no, I don't like that. I don't like Then I start laughing. My oldest
daughter used to be with this brother. And they came to the house and they were talking with me. And well, they got divination from me. So one, I had respect for them for doing that. But she says, Daddy, I wanted to wear this short skirt. It's the same skirt he met me in. He don't want me to wear it no more. Isn't he tripping? I said, no, you tripping. I said, of course he doesn't. When he first met you, you just a chick he met. And he said, oh, that's sexy. But once he fall in love with you, he don't want you wearing that short ass damn thing no more. I said, you wore it. I said, why you wearing a t-shirt out to the club? Right? So she said, that's what he's doing now. I said, yeah, because he love you. He don't love you like I love you yet, but he love you. That's why he don't, he ain't trying to take ownership of you or none of that. He don't want you wearing that because he gonna be there, but also he don't want to be embarrassed or a bunch of dudes looking at your behind and all that. Right? He don't want to deal with that. I know, and people can say, woman, it's her body, she do whatever. No, when you're a team, stop it. I'm saying this to everybody out there with these ideas that they got from the internet. When you're out with your loved one, it's not just them no more. Because you represent them, they represent you, and it's the safety of the two of y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, boom.
Kunle was walking with his ex-wife on the train. They going down the train, and the dude look, and she got a short skirt on, whatever. The dude looks at her, and he taps her on the ass. And he with two other dudes, whatever, and Kunle the type don't give a damn.
Right.
So
now
he stepping to the dude, and his wife, stopped him. Like, no, don't, you'll get yourself in trouble or whatever. And I told him it wouldn't have been brought to that part if you all are careful how you move.
Right. And that's part of it. Dressing.
Definitely. Your uniform is always part.
It's your politics.
It's uniform. It's your politics. And it's your uniform always deal with your politics, right? Everything we do is political. So what you're wearing is political. So if my wife don't dress like that, but if my wife did, she knows she got a man that if somebody tapped on the ass, I'd break him up. Well, he suffered, and I could go to prison.
Yeah, boom.
Is it worth?
Right.
So that's the kind of thing. Like me, if I walk out with my wife, and I got pants on, they got the booty cut out.
Right.
You're gonna be embarrassed.
Well, not in Atlanta. You'll be all right in Atlanta, but
in Atlanta, everybody be clapping for me, guys.
Ooh, look at you!
Well received.
Hey. He's the gravy deal.
I still might get tapped on the ass though.
But you might get tapped on the ass.
You might get more than you might.
No diddy.
He's gravy Dale. He said, "Y'all some fly, beautiful cats. Thank y'all for the service.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Emmanuel Briggs, thank you.
Yeah, Yapo's in here. Black Timbo.
Yeah, hey.
Yeah, what's up, y'all?
Now,
Yapu. All right, we see you, James.
some.
Oh, can we get to some quick news, Barbara, that you haven't heard? This is gonna. I like news to see your reaction to this. Amaniki talked about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I wanted the chat to respond too. Yes, and that's a whole conversation of my women, my body thing. What we were just talking about. So there's this thing going on, and I was going to bring a guy on, but the only reason I'm not is because we're doing this remote. So it was going to be through the phone, and I was afraid the audio was going to be too choppy because of how we're all, we're not all in one spot right now.
We could have sent him the link, but it's okay.
He didn't want to do video. He was like, I can only do audio because I'll probably be at work or on call or something like that. So that's why I say a call would be okay if we were in the set. You know what I'm saying? We could put it to the mic and we could get a good sound. So I may save this for later and we maybe do a bigger study on this because I want to bring in some people that like child psychologists, psychiatrists, whatever you want to call it, well, not whatever you want to call it, because psychiatrists are doing drugs, giving you drugs is a whole different thing. But it's a thing going on in middle schools and in some cases elementaries, where students are identifying themselves as furries.
Come on, man.
I wanted to see. That's what I want. Yes, sir. It's
Yeah,
so
I see though, Baba.
And so you think it's just you automatically say white folks is what you want in your mind from us. That's what you want to do.
Well, I'm looking like this because you're about to tell me it's not white folks.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm about to tell you. It's not white folks. It's not just white folks is what I'm about to tell you. But it's white folks.
I don't even think my 15-year-old know what the fuck a furry is.
Did y'all ever do Warrior Class, the musical? So let's explain. Let's explain real quick what furries are. No, let's not explain too much what furries are. We're all adults, so y'all are capable of Googling. But I'll tell you basically.
Y'all can look that up.
Furries, I'll just give you the basis of them. They dress as animals, but it's a sexual orientation attached to it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you. Well,
that's the creation of it. Is
it doesn't have to. I think it's more nutty when it's not the sexual thing, because why you just dressing up like a furry, like your lifestyle. So anyway, when we did Black Casticon, well, the person we call Sopsicon, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a brother there who was highly active in science fiction, fantasy. He's a writer, well known. That's why I'm not naming him.
Mm-hmm.
He showed up to all the events he was at, and every event he was dressed up like a puppy. And he said he really the last day he gonna break out. So last day he dressed up like a cow. No, a cow. Not a bull either. A cow. So, and that to him that was fly. And he said, I hope I didn't something mess with your sensibilities or something. I said, hey, if you want to be dressed as a furry man, it was awful hot. I'm surprised, So I'm just talking about the weather, just how hot it was. That he wore that. I give him, his gangster for wearing that furry ass costume for 3 days. But
in the head.
He says some people were teasing him, but he didn't want to let me know because because we were like, we're not gonna have people abusing other people and stuff like that, bullying people. But in my mind, I was thinking, if you come out like that, you have to expect to be teased a little bit. But I did get cursed out by a dude who was in Monterey when I was in the military. We're walking on Presidio. The Presidio of Monterey is Cannery Road. Excuse me. It's a street that got the shopping and all that. And there's a dude sitting there in a bear outfit. It's the summer. He's sitting in a bear outfit, just sitting by himself. And I said, hell no. Right in front of me. I said, hell no. I said, they got you out here like this, man. And I'm like, I know it's a nice restaurant. I know they don't have them out here like this. He said, fuck you. He was drunk. Fuck you. And I started crying, laughing, because I'm getting cursed out by a dude in a goddamn bear outfit. So
I read this. So this is a Rolling Stone article.
No, I'm sorry. We didn't finish the prayer. Why are the children doing this?
Right. I'm getting to that. So basically, the school was letting this happen. The kids dress up as furries. They was letting them do so much.
They were just cosplaying, right?
I'm not gonna comment for the school, but this is what I'll tell you. The school let it go so far, and if you read about this article, it's all over. If you Google students dressed as furries, in Oklahoma is where it got so bad to where the kids protested. The only way they could get attention is the students that were against the furries had to boycott and protest school until the news came. And when the news came,
it was a war against the furries. Oh my god!
but it's not. It wouldn't be funny though if it's funny. Oh, because we don't know the details. These kids was saying that the furries were like attacking them, like trying to grope them. That they're wearing butt plugs. They're walking around with butt plugs.
Well,
and so
how they know they got
they had
furry outfits on?
They were scratching them. They had some type of thing they were scratching them with, right?
Yeah, they were scratching them because they have little nails in the outfits.
Did
so
they
they were scratching them, acting like animals. Huh?
Did they have like drugs in the scratches?
No,
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out why they didn't just whoop these furries' asses.
Well, Baba, that's everybody's not.
These are like junior high school.
These are middle school.
I got you.
Or
some of them are just scared. Some of them are scared of this wild behavior.
I'm not saying they like me, but look, I'm walking down the hall.
You can't think. You trying to have. You can't have the thought frame of somebody that ain't like you. You don't have the thought frame to imagine.
I should call Ye-Me in there, but I think she's asleep. Like Ye-Me,
and she's like you.
Right.
She's like you.
She's my child.
No, but so they had to protest. The kids had to protest until the news came, and then it became an issue. And once the news started talking about it, the school tried to act like they didn't know, and the kids were saying no, they knew. They set up little kitty boxes for them. They even put up. Let me say this: they even put up litter boxes in the restrooms. So the kids was like, you can't say you didn't know about it, and then you have litter boxes in the bathrooms at the same time.
So the furries could go to the toilet in the litter boxes.
Yes. The school set that up and then tried to deny this.
Somebody in the school is a freak.
Exactly. A lot of them. So I'm thinking, me reading this article, I'm like, okay, this is Oklahoma. This some these white folks, whatever. I see somebody on Facebook talk about his daughter dealing with a furry situation. It's a dude I've been knowing for a minute. I hit him up. Like, yo, what's going on? Where you live at? I'm thinking, I like, you must have moved to Oklahoma. He said, no, I'm in New York.
People saying it's just for real. Now, Candy Rain, I know they're butt plug tails. I know that. But they're furries. Furries is a whole outfit. So how did the children know they had butt plugs unless they had that cut out and then had to? I don't even want to think about it. Excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry, but that is odd, man.
And it's crazy that it's happening, and the school is trying to keep it quiet. And it's a big. While I'm speaking about it is because this is a trend and it's big and it's happening, and people not paying attention, and it's an overwhelming large population of children that is doing this. And
so our manifesto said, what is a furry? Okay, so our manifesto, a furry is a person who, like Billy said, they wear a costume like a stuffed animal. Okay, so Ye-Me, my daughter's right there. Come forward so they can hear you, not see you, but they can hear you. You're walking down the hall. Do you know what a furry is? Mm-hmm. What's a furry? People that be dressed up as animals. Yeah, so they dress up like animals, our manifesto. So you're walking down the hall, and a furry has claws in their thing, and they scratch you. What do? You go to the hospital. You go to the hospital. So yes, they jack you up. So a furry getting ready to scratch you. They ain't scratch you yet. They're getting ready to. What do? Is it like big? It's a regular child, but they dress like a furry. Yeah, no, these ain't grown folks like the Curry gang. School. She said she gonna haul ass. She gonna run.
What if you're in the bathroom and 3 furries got you cornered?
You're in the bathroom and 3 furries got you curried.
Curry.
Curry. Curry, you already go to hospital. They got you surrounded. I'm gonna have to fight. She said she gonna have to fight. Well, of course, she knows then she gonna have to fight then. But
I like that she ain't trying to fight first.
The highest level of martial arts. So
you taught her well. I love that she didn't try to fight right off top.
And my baby, first of all, if I see a furry, I laugh when furry curse me out. But if I'm in school and a furry is there and they're trying to scratch me, I am gonna try to run first. If I can't run, I'm gonna whoop that furry's ass, and I'm gonna enjoy it because he got padding on. So I'm gonna tear his ass up. Now my daughter Kikiola said she'll whoop the furry. She laughing now.
Yeah, so Albert C said furry's been a thing for a while. That's true, but they ain't been it for 12 years. They ain't been a thing for a while.
Yeah,
That's not been a thing.
Albert.
It's really to me, and
Thanks,
this
y'all.
is not. I'm sure people will feel a way about this, but it's
now, Yapo, don't do that. Here's a list of upcoming furry conventions.
Oh my goodness!
Because I don't want nobody to go and harm. So look, let me say this.
Look,
nobody
hold
go
on.
and harm the furries. But if the furry children are attacking your children, I can tell you where your children can get pocket sharks.
That's true.
And that's all I'm gonna say.
It's really an offshoot of being able to identify, especially in school now, where they almost have to respect whatever it is that you're saying you identify as. That,
well, it's cool. So let me give you all a strategy for that, okay? If who the heck is Johnny Toes, the head of furries? He calling me right now.
Curried and freaking.
Anyway,
look, Baba, I manifesto said curried and fricasseed.
Right. I don't know why I kept saying curry. I guess because they furries. I'm thinking about animals.
They curry people, right?
But this is what you do. They can dress as furries. Your children can dress as Zorro.
What about hunters?
And they can dress as vampire hunters. So that means they got, stakes. Zorro got a sword, whip. So all of them can cosplay up in that bad boy.
No, but you know what, though?
I would tell my child, well, you cosplay. You cosplay as Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Let's just get the cosplaying out of the public schools. Let's just do that. Let's just cut the cosplaying out.
But it's not cosplaying. It's not cosplaying.
All right, this is different.
Identify as.
They actually have to get a bill passed. They just passed a bill. They had to actually pass a bill because it's been going on for a minute. Because and when they asked the senator about it, he didn't want to speak on it because he was saying, it's actually a mental health issue.
Yes.
He's saying it's a mental term. We use furries in the bill, but it's a mental health issue. But
that so-called mental health issue is endangering other students.
Right.
It has to be handled, man.
Yeah. So that's something to watch out for your grandchildren or your children. Ask them if they've seen this. Maybe they've seen one or two.
Right.
But it's something that starts just like that. It's one or two, and then again. But just understand it's not innocent. This has definitely comes from a fetish. It's a sexual orientation that stems from a kink fetish. That's where it comes from. That's where it originated from. The furries originate from. No matter what they decide to say, and the butt plug shit just makes it more evident. Right. So, yeah.
Hey man, I'm definitely serious about. First of all, who gave these furries my numbers? Mother are calling me. This is odd, man.
Oh, real quick, because we got
you did. Oh, I did.
No, we got some heat on our intro reel because that this is about safety in public and crowds and how to move and navigate.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I used a video from a scene of Chicago fitting. Barbara's from Chicago and Amaniki's from Chicago. It was 051 Melly, rest in peace. He was known to be a part of a certain gang. I'm not mentioning any gangs, either gangs or any gangs on the station right now, but I will say he was a part of a big gang in Chicago. He was loved and hated. He was known for being a big a grave digger, so to speak. They called him a grave digger. So that was a scene where he was supposed to be comfortable at a house party, and it didn't. Like we always say, you want it one way, it's the other way, and where nobody expected it to happen, it happened. Thus, the point of what this show is about, what we're talking about. So somebody commented, "Yo, this gang shit, you retarded for using this." Excuse me, but that's the exact wording that they use. If you saw the comment, that was the exact comment that they used, and I didn't respond to it because you never know who that person is. They was using a what's the name account. So I didn't want to comment to it because somebody might be in pain and hurting, people lose people, and it's not about that. And so I didn't want to address it on that level, but I figured I'm sure somebody connected to that post, that comment is watching, and so I just wanted them to know that that's what this is about. This is about navigating in a situation that you don't expect it to be a melee and a situation, and your life or your loved one's life could easily be in jeopardy for simple things that you don't know, because one of our sayings is, if you don't know something, it don't exist. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there.
Let me say this, and that's very kind of you, brother. People out there, stop having knee-jerk reactions, because knee-jerk and this is not a threat. I'm very serious about this now. Knee-jerk reactions can cause you to make fatal mistakes.
Yeah, well, talk about it.
So don't get so emotional that you don't even know what's going to happen. The show's hadn't even started, and you retarded. But first of all, that when I talked about as a child using retarded, don't even use that term. It's really an ignorant, derogatory term. But well, I don't use that term. But you use what you're gonna use. But you're not gonna get no response from us because
that's somebody trying to bait you into
right, exactly. Like, dude, what you you're being emotional, and you think we're gonna be emotional off of you saying that kind of stuff. Stop. I'm letting you know that kind of foolish, childish stuff that could cause you, any of us in life, to make fatal mistakes that not only cost our lives, but lives of our loved ones. So let's be careful that we're not just making knee-jerk emotional reactions.
Yeah, well.
We're not, somebody hurt our feelings, or I feel a certain way, so I take it this way without understanding. If you don't understand, then how about then you hit the person up and ask them, what's this going to be about? What are you talking about? Now, I'm not the person to ever do that with. What's it going to be about? Because I'll say, well, watch the show and you'll see. We're not.
He ain't telling me what it's going to be about if I don't know.
What's your show going to be about? Watch the show and you'll find out. I'm not doing that, and they know that. B-Led said to me, so and so is confused about such and such that you said. I said, okay. Could you break it down to him? Well, no, you're asking me to break it down. They didn't ask, so they really not that confused. If they went to you and said they confused and not to me, they're not that confused.
Or they not trying to understand, like
they're really not trying. They're just trying to mouth their opinion. Right, exactly. And so now, even if they mouth it to me, it's too late now.
Don't ask my neighbor
in the first place. So I'm not the one to do that to. If you got that in you. My answer is always going to be, watch the show and you'll see what we're talking about. Now, if you come and watch the show and we're talking and you have issue, we can talk about that. And we deal with the chat, right? We don't stay out the chat. We deal with the chat because this is warrior class. This is a class. And so we're all vibing off each other. In my martial art classes, ain't no big eye little you. I don't just teach and they can't say nothing. That would be terrible. Now, sometimes they don't. I watch their expressions. I'm teaching class. I'm giving them, I'm excited. I'm giving them technique and after technique, and we jump and I see their eyes glaze over. I say, I gave them too much. They don't know what the hell is going on. And so I say, let's run it back to so-and-so. And then sometimes if I don't notice, usually it'll be I can Bobo. I say, Baba, can we? But all of them have done it before. But usually I can Bobo. I say, Baba, can we go back to so and so? We missed so and so. Oh, that's right. That is cool. Now I do it, and then they like, man, Baba throwing these shit at us, and we can't get it. Son, that's some bullshit. And then I can both. I said, well, people think it's bullshit. They want me to come to you and ask. I'm like, oh, okay. The next class, I'm gonna be teaching crazy, like give them 300 techniques.
People think it's bullshit.
So just talk to me, and they know I'm not bullshit about that.
No, communication, man. You got to be able to communicate. It takes being an adult to communicate when you have grievances, when you don't agree with something. Like, I told my daughter, and not to get on my daughter, this is on what we're talking about. Her grandma was saying that she worries about her being in Jackson, Mississippi, because all HBCUs are in the projects.
Well, excuse me, let me not cut you off. Let me say something real quick. Stop apologizing about talking about your daughter. Your daughter's great. You love your daughter. Stop doing that. Talk about your daughter. It's fine.
Okay, well, let me talk about my daughter for a second. Her grandma was saying, I worry about her being out there by herself and everything, in that environment and stuff. And I was like, I don't worry about her in as far as like dealing with violence and that type of thing. I worry about her being too polite with her and going with the flow. When you feel, I remember being with my friends and everybody geeked up to do some bullshit. And I'm acting like I'm geeked up, and I'm not geeked up. I do not want to do what they want to do, but I don't want to rock the boat. You know what I'm saying? And that's my greatest fear. And so I told her, because it's something I worry about. I said, hey, I just want you to know I'm not worried about you handling yourself or whatever. It's going to always be a concern. I'm a parent. But what I do think about is you going with your friends or doing something, or a man getting too close because you were allowing it to, because you didn't want to be uncomfortable. I see her because she's a Libra, and I don't want to throw astrology out there, but when it matches, I do that so you could get the picture. She wants to keep everybody happy and just keep the peace, and that's that type of personality get taken advantage of in certain situations. So if you like that, be aware. I have to be aware I'm a certain type of way, because so when I move, I know how I'm moving. And that's one of the things,
On that,
I just had that conversation with my son this morning.
The largest victims of domestic violence in college are those who go along the flow.
Yes.
So, so we teach everybody your voice is important. Okay?
Thank you.
So use your voice, because a lot of times we tell our children be quiet, and so they don't want to use their voices, or they are going along with the flow.
Kids didn't want to yell at that workshop we had, Baba. I'm sorry. We telling kids, we training like, yo, grab the leg and yell. Girl. You not my mama. You not my dad. You not my parents. If they didn't want to do that, they didn't even want to do it practicing. You not mama. Yell it. Scream.
Yeah, we had to deal with the whole part about your voice is important, because a lot of stuff, because we try to sloganize things to make it quick and easy with our children.
Right.
And the world ain't quick and easy, and there are exceptions, and there are layers to things, and we got to deal with that, right? Yeah. Not just, is this quick slogan, don't talk to strangers.
Right.
Then you say,
there's more nuance than that.
I got lost. I didn't know what to do. What? Did you see a police officer? Yeah, there's a police officer across the street. Why didn't you ask him? Well, he a stranger.
Or you told me don't talk to the police.
Or don't talk to the police. Or a stranger walking right past you. They know where they going. Why didn't you say nothing? You said don't talk to strangers. Well, hold on. But then you tell the child, but you should have talked to the police, or you should have talked to that person walking past you. You told me don't talk to strangers, so what? I'm confused. Or don't lie, don't ever lie. You'll get in worse trouble if you lie.
Is your
if
parents
you lie
home?
to me, if you lie to me, Santa Claus ain't gonna bring you your gifts.
Oh my God! Don't do that.
You're lying to them. And then when they grow up and ain't no Santa Claus, they say, what the fuck? They lied to me the whole time. My niece, she got mad at my son. They're together. She was talking about Santa Claus. Now they the same age, a few months difference. I think they were like 8. She talking about Santa. He said, "Ain't no Santa Claus. Why you keep talking about Santa Claus?" she was, what? You gonna disrespect Santa Claus?
Oh no!
She was mad.
Danging for Santa Claus.
Call my wife. They talking about ain't no Santa Claus. She look at me, like, what should I do? I said, fuck that. Don't go along with that. Just tell her. Well, she said something like, the way he's learned Santa Claus is part of his reality, something like that, And then she talked to her little sister, Isha, my sister-in-law, like, stop teaching that girl about goddamn Santa Claus. Hey. She's too old. My children don't learn it at all. One of my daughters in here, she could tell you. They ain't learn about no goddamn Santa Claus. My father told me when I was like 5, said something about Santa. He said, boy, me and your mama Santa Claus. Hey. You ain't got no chimney.
You gotta I give the Jehovah's Witness a little bit of credit every now and then when they deserve it. And
right.
The one thing I always feel like, I feel like this system needs one big lie. If whatever lie they can get, if they can get one big lie, if you can get you to believe one big lie, they can use that dirt to plant a whole bunch of other lies. So I'm really thankful I never got too far into that fairy tale, and I'm not going to talk about religion. I'll just leave it with that I never got to, into the Santa Claus and all that stuff. I just never got that.
And when did Santa Claus become part of religion anyway? They ain't got shit to do with Christianity.
I remember, when I went to my daughter's field day, I still got the video of her when she was 9 years old and the kids saying, I was like, so y'all believe in Santa Claus? Everybody's like, yeah. What you talking about? They was looking at me like I was crazy. I was like, how old y'all? 9, 10.
I don't understand that. Why they so old believing in Santa Claus?
I put the camera on my daughter. She like this. Like,
now, okay, homie Nikki, if you ask Cairo right now, does he believe in Cairo's 15, by the way, y'all. If you ask, and you say, Cairo, do you believe in Santa Claus? And he goes, of course. What would you do?
I would have a talk with him.
Well, first of all, I would say, damn, you done failed Cairo.
Yeah.
I definitely would say you failed too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what I have to tell you that.
But that's not what I would do. What I would do is sit him down and talk to him. Because that is.
If Jamie said, well, I really do believe in Santa Claus at her age right now,
yeah,
that would be a clown session. The whole family be joking. There's no way I'm gonna take this. First of all,
no, I wouldn't.
Are you serious? And she said, yes, I'm very serious. She got to get clown for that one. She got to get that. I love
that could be traumatic.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm laughing at. I'm trying not to even read to you chat. This chat stuff is too funny.
Oh my god!
The chat they wild. So
the social function of Santa Claus myth is preparing kids for a godless universe. Like, it was shortly after I learned that Santa Claus wasn't real that I questioned the existence of God. Like, god damn, that's too much. First Santa Claus
was really smart.
He always like my music.
And I used to think Santa was really smart. He always knew who the poor children were and brought them all the cheap toys. Yeah.
All right, y'all. This is
It was
crazy.
shortly after I learned that Santa was that's cold. You know. Now, anybody watching, if you believe in Santa, I'm sorry. That's just our belief.
Goodness.
We don't believe in Santa. I'm sorry. If you believe in Santa and Santa has done well for your life, then I support you in your belief. You know, just don't say that shit on here. I'm going to clown you.
You ever come to class?
Right. You ever come to class, you're gonna get clowned, but I still love you and support you in your belief.
You know? Amen. Amen.
And I'm going to tell everybody about it. That will be in my stories for decades. I got all kinds of stories. That's gonna be in my stories.
Hilarious.
So anyway.
Imani, that's who sent us the text that I remember. Imani. Peace.
Somebody said, please remember to hit the like. Oh, thank you. Subscribe and bell notifications so you never miss an episode of Warrior Class. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, please hit the like button.
Yeah,
you know.
did that. Thank you. Share, tell a friend. Somebody said violence is usually a failure of communication.
There's a good question directly above that, Baba.
Yeah. So and then we're gonna get into a question. How much of combat is mental and how much is physical prowess? Okay. Combat is all physical prowess.
Mm-hmm.
Leading up to combat, that's mental, and that should be 100% mental. Because you should be able to avoid combat if at all possible. If you cannot avoid a violent encounter, then you're in combat. Okay, and that best be physical. Because if you're in combat, unless it's verbal combat, and I don't consider that combat. Okay, when Mud's doing rap battles. Even when I was a rapper, I didn't consider that battles because I knew what a real battle was.
Right.
That was not it. If words hurt you to the point where it feels like a battle to you for real.
So,
like Muds want to kill each other. That's something else. And really, if you're scaring that thing, you shouldn't be rapping. To be honest.
He said, "No, I mean real combat." What do you mean real combat? He said, "No, I mean real combat."
Real combat is when two people, at least two, it could be more, at least two people are engaged in physical violence.
That's combat. Yeah, that's what are you talking about?
He by real combat, maybe he means war, like actual widespread combat.
Oh, that's good. That's a good thing, Bob. Have we ever defined combat versus war? What is the definition of war? Holy shoots!
Yeah, I said combat. Y'all know you don't like my music, y'all. But I thought we had dealt with fight, war, combat. I thought we dealt with all that before, but if not, we might have deal with that then.
I'll skim back after the show and see if we got. I think we might have, but
so he's saying physical fighting. Okay, let's make that clear. A fight is a violent encounter between two people who have agreed to engage in physical combat. Okay, in combat. That's an agreement.
Yeah, that's what a fight is.
Hold on 1 second. Can someone check that door, please? All right, be careful. Is that our day? All right. So my son has arrived in here. So anyway, so a fight is an agreed violent physical engagement.
I want to interview our day right now live. I'm sorry. I'm so excited to see him. Go ahead.
So if I go to work. Oh, he got to go to work. So
I got to go to work. He just got home.
I know. Hey,
go get your money, brother.
Go ahead, break bread when you get back. Let me hold something.
So MMA match, that's a fight. Or if I say, man, I'm gonna meet you after lunch on the schoolyard, and we gonna throw down. That's a fight. Or I'm in a bar and me and the dude, we talking shit to each other. Said, well, you know, shit, we can go outside and throw these hands. I said, okay, we made an agreement. That's a fight. Combat doesn't have to be that. I'm walking down the street and the motherfucker just try to hit me upside the head and take my money. And we engage each other. Now, if he's bust my head, that ain't combat. But I get out the way, I hit that mug in the face, and he's swinging that stick, and I'm trying not to get it. We're in combat now. We're in a violent, physical engagement. That's combat.
It does matter. It always matters. Pretext always matters. We talking about violence.
What did the person say?
Pretext doesn't really matter.
Pretext does matter. You don't like my music? Stop. Stop that bullshit. Stop. The same. Pretext does matter. This isn't another one of those places where you go and talk and just talk. You're dealing with people who are experts in the field of combat and violence. And so when you're talking about combat and violence, we're not going to just let anything go because it sounds nice to you. And the reason why we can't do that, y'all, is because this your life depends on. Your life doesn't depend on if you don't like communism or socialism.
Right.
Your life doesn't depend on that. But your life depends on knowing the difference between a fight.
Understand when he says an agreement, you don't have to fight.
Knowing the difference between a robbery and a theft is important.
Talk about it.
You got to know the difference in things. So pretext is always important.
Yeah, bro.
That's why they call it premeditated murder.
Premeditated murder.
It's a difference in 10 to 15 years in a lot of cases.
I thought on it, I planned it, and then I executed. So the pretext of that shit was important. I planned to kill you. It wasn't in the midst of us arguing, and then I just got upset and killed you.
That's not what we're saying.
You gotta understand in violence. So violence is usually never random.
Right.
You have to understand that. If you don't, then you'll think of violence against you. It just happened. I just happened to be in the wrong place. No.
And then
violence is thought through. Every action we take is preceded. So it's perception.
Right.
Thought, impulse, action. A person, and
that goes along with the topic for the show today also.
Yes. You know you're justified if you have to use violence against somebody because they had to perceive you a certain way. The thought of violence against you had to come. Then the impulse to enact violence upon you had to come. And then the action comes. So they went through steps to get to the point to want to harm you. So you're justified in defending yourself. So pretext always matters. Right. Now, we're going to get to what we're dealing with. So never are we going to let stuff just go.
He's not upset. You don't understand passion, bro. You never seen Baba upset. He's not upset. He's passionate about what he talk about. People mistake me for being upset sometimes when I talk about things I'm passionate about.
Are you Caucasian? You don't like my music? I'm not being funny.
He is Irish, and he lives in Canada. I think if I remember right.
Because black people, we understand there's a passion. Stop. I was in a conversation with some folks. It was a black Puerto Rican brother, a white Puerto Rican, myself, and a sister. And we're talking and we, going at it. There's a disagreement going, and the white Puerto Rican dude said, "You guys are like you're about to get violent." Everybody looking at him. I said, "That's because you don't understand that when black people get together and talk, we get
hype, we get crunk. That's what they call crunk.
But a white person will think that's anger. So I understand. I don't, but I don't care what.
And we're not attacking you for being white. We just saying that's why you may perceive it as something
that's
different.
why you act like that. That's why you think that was violent. That's why you think I'm upset. That's what we're saying. And you being white, just so you know, you being white is why you're taking this the wrong way too.
Yeah, we're not attacking you, bro. That's not it. That's not it.
Black folk ain't always trying to attack white folks. And if I want to attack you, believe me, it's not like, hey, I want to attack you. I'll fuck you up and you wouldn't even see it coming. I'll have a smile on my face, break your fucking neck, leave, have a smile on my face too, because I did a job well done. That's the way combatants move. It ain't got nothing to do with what you think.
Let's not get off yeah.
I just gotta let him know that
we appreciate you, Bob. We appreciate you.
Black people move the way we move. And usually I don't explain to white people how we move. They better just watch. And if you're an ally, you better watch and understand. But if you're not an ally, just shut the fuck up, man, and let us do what we do. That is where I'm at. Still not upset. You would be upset talking like this, not me. Okay, now. So anyway, somebody said, that explains, his caucasity show. Hey, y'all understand. They don't.
Protecting yourself and others at large social gatherings. So anyway, this is a great topic, by the way, Barbara. It's summertime.
Exactly.
Malcolm X Fest.
Hold on, real quick. Let me deal with something before we start. Very important. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, This is the beginning of festival season, especially here in the Atlanta area. Don't know, I know everyone's in different other places, but there's a large festival today that kind of kicks off festival season here, and basically there'll be something just about every weekend until the fall.
I just want to say I saw your advice that you started off with. Yes, how do you know your advice is practical if you don't know what we're talking about yet? We haven't gotten into the subject, and it could be practical to you if you don't know what to really do in certain situations. That's why I saw your comment. You were saying it sounds basic, but always stick together. Don't let yourselves get separated. That's true. Move in flanks if you're defending yourself. Stay together. That's true, but that's not always possible. That's easy. Like you said, it sounds basic. That's basic because it's easy to say stick together, but how do you stick together in this situation? Most people, I don't even know most people even know what a flank is. So you got to know something before you can, you know what I'm saying? And you're assuming, what if you're not together? What if you're by yourself? So it's situation.
One time I said, you throw the person, knock them on their haunches. And nobody said shit but Belay. Belay said, I know what you're saying, but for those who don't, can you explain what haunches are? And I laughed, right? Because a lot of times we're talking and don't realize people don't know what the fuck we're talking about. Mm-hmm. So use what haunches actually means. I said, oh, your ass. Everybody know what I'm talking about there.
Right.
Your ass and the thigh meat underneath. The thigh meat. You say thigh meat, for black folks, so we understand that's serious. It's your thigh meat. It ain't just your thigh.
How did he say I immediately reject anything he said? And I just said you're right. With the beginning, the first thing you said, I said was right. You got one of them. We call that troglodyte ear. You got to fix that. That's where you're listening with ignorance.
Now, he gonna stop me for what I was saying. Now he called him a troglodyte.
That's not racial. Look it up. I'm saying you gotta have it.
You know where troglodyte comes from? Troglodyte comes from the Lord of the Rings. No. So troglodyte comes from the Lord of the Rings. Your boy read Lord of the Rings, and a lot of this stuff come from it. And the troglodytes were creatures that live. Not the actual, it's the Lord of the Rings series. So there's like the Silmarillion, there's different books. But the troglodytes live subterranean. And they live big nose, big eared creatures, and from living underground, their skin has gotten very pale. Those are troglodytes. Just so you know.
Give me this dude's a bot.
Huh?
I'm starting to think this dude might be a bot or something. It can't be real. Nobody said you said anything racial. It's like he just saying stuff. He remind me of the dude that in the email link I told you. Remember we was talking about the dude that
he said it's defensive contrarianism. Don't tell me nothing. All right. So you know, Belay had put you out a while ago. You don't like my music, but Belay's not going to do that now. I am. Okay, so now I banned him from here. I don't know how he got back in, but now he's gone.
I don't believe that's a real person. The way the comments generated something right.
He's in every show on Black Power Media. Every last show he's in there and he's making comments. Goddamn, like he's the expert that should have been on the show.
Strange, man.
But you know,
bad for him. I want him to be around.
Person that needs attention.
No, I don't feel bad for him because he could be an agent. He could be.
Right. I'm not saying I feel bad. I'm just saying
he could be a guy in his mama's basement that's lonely. He could be a multi-billionaire. He could be anything. Yes. I don't care. What does an agent look like? What does a bot look like? What does a rapist look like? What does an agent? What does a murderer look like? I don't know, but I do know how to defend ourselves.
I heard that.
And the largest, the best way to defend yourself is avoidance. So we avoid all that bullshit because we spent. If you take how much time we spent dealing with his ass today,
too
much time.
Yeah, that was.
Candy Rain said, every show trolling. Because Candy Rain, I can attest, is on every episode too, but she ain't being a troll. And if she was being a troll, I would defend her anyway for a specific reason. I like Candy Rain. I love Candy Rain.
Me too. I think I like Candy Rain too. I think I like that person.
Candy Rain is one of my daughters, y'all. Okay. So anyway, in fact, I don't know if she wants her name, but she's one of my daughters. She's my third oldest. Okay. Anyway, out of my 8 daughters, I got 8 daughters, 1 son, and she's my third oldest child. Period. Okay. Right. So
before we start, I just want to say one thing. It's been a lot going on. If y'all been listening to Black Power Media, but just let y'all know and asking us questions, we here to stay. We ain't going nowhere. So I just want to say that we fine. We shake it up. We might get missing. We got stuff we got to do. We adults. We filming. We working.
Right.
We raising our children, but we ain't going nowhere. Just
we appreciate the family.
I could see you don't like my music showing up in the furry costume. All right. So anyway,
it's true.
At like a BPM get together or something.
With the butt plug, most definitely.
I would know that because I ain't checking that. Anyway,
just
when
know.
When was the last time you attended a large social gathering, whether public or private? I'll be willing to bet most of us have in the last month at least, right? Sporting events, parades, protests, concerts, high school and college graduations, of course. Festivals and parties are commonplace events that draw huge crowds. As an attendee, hopefully you've thought about what you would do in the event of an emergency. Have you? And that's for you to think about. Have you, if you have not, start doing that. Start thinking, well, what would I do to protect me and my family? Don't just be there enjoying yourself, a part of the scenery, okay? Right. Although the only sure way to stay safe at public events is to avoid them altogether, that is not a reality for most people. Unless you're willing to forego spending quality time with friends and family, enjoying yourself and celebrating your hobbies, it's better to figure out how to protect yourself when emergencies happen in public places.
Most definitely. And one thing Belay always talks about is how you were raw in high school. So it's like you think that you're ready for these situations. If anything happens, you don't have to plan. You can just jump into action. But that's not really true. You really definitely need to have a plan in place, especially if you have your family with you.
Right. And we're gonna keep it going. I just think about that what she just said. People really overestimate their physical abilities.
Hold on, real quick. I mixed what I like. Greetings, Jared. He said, "With the butt plug is literally what I heard entering." Yeah. So, pause and no Diddy and all that good stuff. No, so we're talking about the furries. The furries are in middle school. A bunch of furries are attacking the children in middle school.
The furries are other children, by the way.
They're other children, not like grown furries attack. Other children, they're scratching the children and they're wearing butt plugs.
Some of them.
And that's another thing. When the hell, when I was in middle school, I knew nothing about no butt plug anyway.
Right. And that's the thing. And we didn't get to show the news story or whatever, but that's what one of the other children talks about. She's like, we shouldn't even be dealing with this. This is
right. The kids are saying this. We shouldn't even know about this stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all can look that up on your own.
It's true, Jared. Yeah. Yeah. He said, wow, exactly. He said, wow, exactly. Nothing about none of this in sixth grade. Nothing about no booty plugs and all that kind of stuff.
So back to what I was saying real quick, and we get right back to what we're saying, because this is in line with that. We really what's the word I use? I want to use the exact word I used a minute ago. But we really
overestimate physical prowess, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. We really do overestimate ourselves when it comes to our physical our physical being. And I think about the time me and some friends tried to race, and one of my friends that I knew was faster than me, but I knew he ain't tried to run full speed in 20 years. So I knew he pulled a muscle after 3 steps. And that's what can happen to you trying to leave a burning building. And that's just a burning building. That's just whatever you want to say. You could put an emergency in front of any type of emergency. You want to be able to move at least. That ain't the time to pull a muscle. So I just wanted to say that part. So large gatherings come with significant safety risks for attendees. Common dangers associated with large crowds includes theft, assault, presence of weapons, threats of bombs, disorderly event attendees, crowd surging and causing trampling or crushing incidents, malfunctioning or collapse of equipment or structures.
Now, let me say something real quick about the bombs, threats of bombs. And a lot of people, they can't deal with this, and they can't take it. So move how you're going to move. But I'm letting you know, 99.9%, 99.99% of bombs scare. If somebody calls in a bomb threat, it's not going to happen.
Right.
Trying
to make something.
People who normally attack things with bombs do not call in
a
bomb scare
beforehand. Anyway, they don't call before the bomb.
Right. They may take credit after it blows. So I've dealt with many situations where a bomb scare was called. In fact, my own son, he called us, Mom, Daddy, what should I do? They just gave a bomb scare at Hampton, so and so. I said, oh, you cool, chill. He said they're closing down class. I said, okay, well, just enjoy yourself, walk around, do the thing, spin your cane, whatever it is, your kappa,
spin your cane, whatever it is.
Throw the diamond up, whatever it is you gonna do. Still, because ain't no bomb going off. My wife was nervous. I said, babe, ain't no bomb going off. Believe me, I know people who set bombs. They don't now, not illegally. So don't come for me, alphabet boy knocking at my door. They do not have. They have a certain personality type. Okay. In the Army, they call engineers.
Right.
And they have a certain personality type where they just blow. People who, if they're not trained how to make bombs, they're in danger of their own self. So I'm assuming I'm talking about people who are trained to make bombs and to use them. They are not going to call in a strike. They just do it.
Right.
Okay. And if you look up most bomb threat, that the bomb didn't happen. It ain't because of the police are so competent they got the people safe and all of that. It's because they weren't going to happen because somebody called it in. For whatever reason they called in the bomb threat. I don't know why somebody does that, but that's usually somebody pranking, trolling. That's not. A bomb goes off.
Trying to distract, trying to distract.
Yes. And in fact, when bombs are set, usually there's two. So bomb goes off across the street. That's not the main bomb. That's to get people moving. Mm-hmm. And it's usually to get you moving in the direction of the real bomb. And then the real bomb goes off and it kills more people. So that's how actual bombing goes. So people say, well, can you stop a bomb? Probably, but I don't walk around worried about bombs because they go off, they go.
Right.
You can't be worried about that.
Good question.
We're not teaching you how to disarm bombs.
Right.
Mm.
Because you're probably not going to see it coming. When a knife attack comes, and you probably have seen that, knife attacks don't just like beat it. Y'all standing in front of each other like that. A person walks up, they walk towards you or behind you, and they not even looking at you, or they smiling or not nicely at you, and then they just stab you up. You don't usually see it coming. So when we teach knife defense, even they'll I say the first one may hit you. You can't get hit a second time.
Right.
So now you got to be moving. But most of the time, man, somebody know what they're doing. If I'm attacking somebody with a knife, I've decided they got to go. And that's a large decision. That's not just a decision, Willie. Oh yeah, so-and-so got to die. If you like that, first of all, you like that, you're not killing nobody.
Right.
If you just willy-nilly with it, you got issues, So I made a decision, and then I see you out at a restaurant or whatever, some event like we're dealing with now, and that's why I walk up, boom, boom, boom. I keep moving. You fall in the midst of a large crowd, and I disappear within the crowd. It's not going to be a beated, we fighting each other, knife fighting on the street. That was the point of a fight is an agreement. If I'm on knife fight you, we both standing there and say, pull your knife, ha-ha! Like we swashbuckling or something. That's not going to happen.
I mix what I like.
It's not going to happen to me. I don't assume somebody's going to do that. They're going to try to kick me. That's why situational awareness is important.
Yeah, bro.
I mix what I like. Said I raced my brother-in-law 5 years ago because he was talking shit. I was laid out for weeks and still haven't recovered. All of this is bars. So all of this is bars. And then another James said he blames cops cable. Sometimes nudity channels came through when we was kids. Yeah, the internet did it, man, James. That's what really got our kids messed up. We got to
overly highly sexualized.
Yeah, we really got to monitor the internet.
They had no nudity channel. When I was young, the nudity
squiggly lines.
It had these line in the middle, and then
now,
you looking at it.
Not just that. Skinemax.
Once within that 3 hours, you may see a nipple. You say, "Woo, you little boy, wee."
What you say, Amaniki?
Cinemax too. Cinemax after a certain time at night.
Yeah.
So it's not just those particular like the Playboy channels and stuff.
Yeah, Cinemax did do a lot. Exactly. Sometime after dark.
Yeah, and they could watch if they were just up at a certain time at night.
Cinemax and HBO came
later. Yeah, I'm talking about there was later. Yeah. Wizard.
Before that, we had on TV and Spectrum.
Excuse me. I was not an adult when HBO and Cinemax came. Yeah. I just want to be clear about that.
No, so they right. So the Cox cable had a lot to do with it. So a good question here is why weren't there more self-defense groups teaching our people?
Who asked that?
Great question.
Why aren't there more self-defense groups teaching our people?
Yes.
That's multiple fold.
Yep.
One, most of our people think that they can defend themselves.
So you can't tell them shit.
Pretty much. You being able to fight is not being able to defend yourself in most violent encounters on the street.
Right, because you was thorough in high school.
Handle yourself in most situations, period.
Most self-defense instructors, you don't want them teaching you anyway, because most of them have not been in violent encounters.
Right.
I got to be realistic about that.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask most self-defense and martial art instructors, have you ever been in a violent encounter? Most will give you the spiel, my training has allowed me not to get in violent encounters.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been in one in years because I know how to move smartly. It's not cause goddamn violence ain't there.
Mm.
But I have been in violence professionally, if you will. I've been in violence for this damn government, and I've been in violence just cause I was not wise and in the wrong place at the wrong time. Or I'm defending somebody else. Now that's happened a lot to me. And I had to deal with my son a lot because that's in him where he sees injustice, somebody picked on, he want to jump in and defend them. And, a lot of I was like, nah, son, stay away from that, blah, 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 blah. I was riding with Akin Bobla. I was talking to him about it. And Akin Bobla said, well, Baba, he got that from you. And he sees you and the way you move, and he wants to be like you. So how could you really do that? Tell him that when he's seeing you. I said, well, I can't argue with that because I'm not going to stop defending my people. But, son, what I want you to do is chill for a minute. I just ask you to chill for a minute because you're young and I want you safe. And yeah, is it hypocritical? Goddamn right. But I want you my baby. I want you safe. I tell you, my son will tell you, I don't think he's gone yet. And that's why I went with it. And I hate to say that, but I wanted him safe. Now, my old man never gave me that conversation. It was like, hey, boy, somebody do so-and-so. You don't let injustice come. I was talking with my child. Well, she's reading my book. And in the book, I talk about how when I was 8, the teacher said, draw what you would, want your life to be when you become an adult. What your home look like. So I drew this house, and it was a river, and it was a tunnel. And there's this black man shooting from behind, shooting down a person in a blue uniform and a person in a green uniform. She says, and it's a boat right there. She says, what's that? I said, well, she said, who is that coming out the tunnel shooting? I said, that's me. And that river, that's me. That's what I'm going to get to and escape into the boat after I shoot down those people. She said, well, who are those people? I said, that's the police and the National Guard. When they come at my home, it's a house right there. When they come at my home to arrest me for teaching my people. I was 8. My parents didn't teach me to think like that. It was just there, right? So, and she was disturbed. And she called my parents in, and my parents played it off. And then my father said, that the mistake you made, boy, in doing that is you're shooting them. You should have used a bow and a knife, so you do it silently. And I said to him, good teaching. And then, I'm like I just know. And he cracked up.
Wow.
Well, when Ade was 5, I believe, Y'all Lagoon, are you right there? So when Ade was 5, he wrote, he didn't draw a picture, but he wrote, all the children had to say, I can, ... I can, ... He wrote, so they write, I can be the first black president. Well, not the first black. Yeah, the first black president. Obama wasn't president yet. I can be this. I can be a teacher. I can be, a doctor. I can be a football player. And they said, I can cut a cracker's head off. Didn't teach him no shit like that. But they called us in. And I like, Dad, that reminded me of what happened with me. So the teacher said, he wrote this. I said, okay. He said he could cut a cracker's head off. I said, okay. I talked to him as we were leaving out. I said, son, you wrote this? He said, yeah. I said, good teaching. Boop. Gave him a pound. I am not going to stifle the feelings that my children have, right? But I just ask, listen to me, just like my parents had listened to me, how you move until you're smart enough to move on your own. For you all, the things we're giving you here, be smart enough to, we're giving you things, just listen. Be smart enough to move on your own. You all are adults. But the things you don't know, we'll give you. If you got questions, ask. If you disagree, you disagree. Or, you can ask. But we're going to give you these things. We just ask that you do it wisely. And any techniques and things we give you, do not abuse those and use them against people who don't deserve that.
Since we already done took a veer for a minute, this comment right here, I'm trying to decipher. James Fox said the best offense is a good defense, and that's a cliche comment that you hear a lot, like kind of like what we was talking about earlier.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? Right. And it's one of the things we kind of don't, and it can have some validity to it, but it's kind of hard to understand what exactly does that mean. Resisting attack. Best offense equals a good offense equals resisting attack. I don't understand that. Equals you don't have to fight. Even in a fight, you still don't have to. And yes, you need to know how to avoid attack first.
Maybe does he practice like Aikido or something like that?
I don't know.
So Bruce Lee talked about the art of fighting without fighting, right?
Well, he was a movie star.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Bruce was a actor. Now,
oh yeah, okay, he's a martial artist. He said, "I'm a martial artist. I never needed to actually fight."
Which
okay,
we just talked about.
Well, let me. Okay, good. Now we got a point of reference. I'm a martial artist. I've been one for 50 years. I've had to fight. So we come from two different worlds, obviously. But
no, that's not a cliche. I just meant when you said resist. I'm not saying it's. It can be cliche.
It's a slogan.
Right now, even in the fight, you don't have to fight. That sounds good, but that's not most of our reality.
Right.
You should avoid fights so you don't get into them in the first place, because even a pushing tussle could end somebody's life. So you shouldn't get into a fight. Well, when you say fight, I'm assuming you mean a violent encounter, not an agreed fight. But right. once you're in it, you're in it. When you're in it, you're in it. People, it isn't cliche if you know some self-control and defense. One thing also that martial artists do is we punch down a lot. Meaning, we speak down to, we treat those who don't know or we think don't know, we treat them lesser than. So it isn't cliche if you know some self-control and defense. Stop it. Stop it. That big I, little you, because I do so-and-so, I know so-and-so.
And I don't want to real quick. I don't want him to think he never been on this show. So I just want him to know.
No. Let me say no, Billy, don't do that. Because I'm not trying to make him feel good because he ain't trying to make you feel good.
No, that's not what I was gonna say.
Because what I am saying is stop that bullshit. Okay, I'm saying it. I've earned the right to say it, and so I'm saying it, brother. We're not gonna cut me off from that because there's certain things.
I'm not cutting you off. I would never cut you off.
Because there's things I've earned from blood, sweat, and tears, and folks like that have to know. I don't care if he ain't never seen our show and this is his first time here. If he's never seen the show, then he shouldn't come like that. It isn't because I understand certain things the way people talk. It is and right. I'm a writer too, James Fox. It isn't cliche if the if is capitalized. If you know some self-control, if you know some self-control and defense. We know all of that. We know all of that, sir, ma'am, whatever you are. We know all of that. So don't do that. Don't talk to folks like that and think you're going to get some good reaction. Now, if you want another reaction,
move a different way. Move a different way.
I was taught to teach others how. See.
Okay, so
now, James Fox. The whole time we've been talking about control. And we're trying to get to defense. Okay?
Right.
To avoid violence takes control. Avoid violence ain't just to hide out. I said the best thing if you're just not there, but if you're there, because that's not realistic to not go to public gatherings. If you're there, though, there are ways to handle yourself, and it all takes control. And I started off saying, no matter what you do, I told my son, just listen to me and control yourself until you get older. Until you get old enough to, I'm saying it.
The highest form of self-defense.
People don't hear what you say when they have an opinion and just want to get their opinion off.
Yeah, bro.
But that's why I'm telling you, be like, no, don't cut me off because I know martial artists, brother. I've been around them all my life. I've been around them, and 99% of them assholes, and the 1% of them fighting not to be. That includes me.
Yes,
I told y'all when I was young how I used to be. I'll whoop somebody's ass and be like, "This is training something else." I'm being an asshole.
Right.
Them getting beaten ain't got nothing to do with the art they're training in. Sometimes it does.
Right.
But most of the time it was not that. It's just they weren't training hard enough.
I was going to go a different.
That's where I'm at with that, man.
I was going to go a different way with this time because I know I usually I be trying to show mercy on folks, but I wanted to let people understand that when you are often suggest this is a group of teachers in the that's having this podcast right now, right? So you got the master teacher, you got a full instructor teacher, you got assistant teacher, you got teachers, but you got teachers. That's what we are, instructors and teachers, right? Mm-hmm. So when you jump in the chat and you make any suggestions in a show where we're training and teaching people things, we're gonna highlight it and vet it. Excuse me. Whatever it is that's on there, that's what I wanted James Fox to understand. We're not circling you. I'm not circling you out if you've never seen the show before. That's what I was about to say. James, if you've never seen the show before, we're not circling you out. We're not picking on you. Anytime you offer information and suggestions on here, I'm going to look at it. Somebody going to catch it, and we got to vet it and make sure, because somebody is going to watch this. So the reason I said I had to break this down, because go ahead, real quick.
Maybe he came in late because we had already dealt with that.
We did right.
And so that's another thing. You never know when you want to give people information and you might have jumped in late and not know where it's going on. Sometimes it's best to wait and listen for a minute. But I wanted him to know the reason why I called out his comment and felt that I had to break it down so we could understand what he was trying to say. And then we have to see if it makes sense, because we are the instructors on this show. So we can't allow anything to be said if we can't make sense of it. And it may even make sense to you, and you may not. You feel like we ain't, representing what you're saying correctly. That may be so, and if so, try to explain yourself better. But from what you're saying here, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't. I'm not saying it's wrong.
Also in the future, though, we need to.
The reason why we have to do that is because, once again, and we've already dealt with this earlier, but like I said, he may have came in late. People's lives depend on it.
Right.
Yeah,
once again, I know too many martial artists say shit and just say, believe it because I said it. In here, believe it, goddamn, we gonna show you.
It's tried, tested, and proven. It's been in combat, real combat.
And don't mind it being tested again. As old as I am, goddamn, another way we think, sir, ma'am, whatever you are, is the matter's the truth. So whatever I say and do on here, believe me, I don't mind you testing that. I don't not mind you testing me as long as you not coming crazy, because then I take it's real then, and then I still don't mind. Right. But the master truth, the moment that I cannot show and prove what I do, then I have to sit my ass down, because now I'm really, I got your life in my hands, and I can't defend my damn self. That doesn't make no sense. That doesn't make sense. So if the moment where I cannot defend myself, and not just fooling myself saying I can defend myself, because I ain't using none of this shit. It ain't being pressure tested. Nothing. Right? I'm old and my students don't want to put no pressure on me. So I'm just out here old and just looking like I know what I'm doing. And in their mind, they laughing saying, Baba, I whoop Baba's ass. Then I need to sit my ass down. Humble myself and sit my ass down, because life is too precious. Your lives are too precious. If I can't do what I do, if it hasn't been tested even, not just enough that I can do it, because I've been doing this a long time. They got to be able to do it. Y'all got to be able to do it. If not, then we move on to something else. And if I continue, I'm teaching, and it just don't make sense. It's just garbage. Then I sit my ass down. They wouldn't have to hit at me sitting down. I'd sit down. That's the difference between, and that's why we do what we do, vet things. We vet each other. That's the difference between us and you.
Well, not James.
I'm talking to James. I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I was saying. I know you are.
That's the difference.
Right. And we appreciate James
for what
James said.
Difference, and that's why we stand strong on what. And so that's why Belay pointed that out.
Right.
And me saying no, Belay, no, is because I know him.
And he said, "I don't take things to heart."
I'm not going to be nice in that. You still were nice in it.
James said he don't take the things. He don't take this to heart. So he ain't taking this to heart. No worries. He don't feel like we. I appreciate you, James, for being a good sport.
Oh, this isn't my first rodeo. I ain't no spring chicken. I'm 60ish and have been in activism since the 70s. Oh, okay. I am one of those. They don't look native to me. Okay, good.
$5.
So good,
you.
James. I am native equal Cherokee. Oh shit. Okay, James.
Okay.
Now
right.
we talking.
So
I'm
anyway,
native. I'm native. You know, I'm native too. I'm native to Chi-Town, off of the west side. No, I'm just messing with you. But that's good. That's good. You know, we always stay in here, stay black, or whatever it is you may be.
And also you may have never heard our saying before, Jane. Speaking on offense and defense, we got a saying that in Igbil Goon and Bob's taught us is every block is a strike, every strike is a block. Yeah, so maybe there's some similarities in what you were getting at in that saying right there. So we're gonna continue on with spaces, large spaces.
Right. So remember
what that is too, just real quick. I'm sorry, so you can get to it, Omanigi. Every block is a strike, every strike is a block. That's exactly how we're talking too, right now.
Yeah, Bo.
I want y'all to just understand how we
not just us either.
Huh?
I said not just us either.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
All right. So remember, before heading to a big event, it's crucial to think about how you can safeguard yourself from these potential threats. While it might seem challenging for an individual to control a crowd, having knowledge about these risks empowers you to protect yourself and assist others in doing the same.
Real quick, y'all, those risks, those what she was just talking about were the potential threats are the theft, assaults, presence of weapons, threats of bombs, disorderly event attendees, the crowd surging, trampling, the malfunction or collapse of equipment and structures. Those are the things that you risk, a significant safety risk when you're out in large crowds. I just want to remind you what she's talking about.
Yeah, bro. Now, because we got all. So anyway, research suggests that it's relatively rare for catastrophes to occur at public events. Many of the things we commonly do every day, like driving, are much more likely to cause injury or even death. However, tragic incidents at public events are widely covered in media and draw attention all around the world. Mass shootings, fires, vehicular attacks, and structural failure are just some of the unfortunate occurrences we hear about in the news. How can we protect ourselves and our loved ones from these kinds of threats? What strategies can help us stay safe at crowded public events? How can we protect others from harm? And when we're talking about that, so martial arts and self-defense, you ain't doing a karate kick against a car that's coming at you at 90 miles per hour in the crowd. Okay. So it's not about, this isn't about martial arts at all, right. But it is about self-defense.
Right.
Yes.
The big S. So it's not also just yourself, it's the other people around you that you care about. And that's up to you. It could be large groups of people. It could just be all black people. It could be just your family. It could be just your friend, whatever it is.
Right.
And I'm saying that because one of the big things is you shouldn't be going this shit by yourself. But we'll deal with that.
Right. And okay, let me get to it. All right. So let's look at things you can do to be safe, or at least safer, at a large public gatherings. You following this? You coming?
One is be aware at all times.
Excuse me.
That's hilarious.
So the first thing is be alert at all times. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm not at a large public event right now. Well, so not in person. It might seem like common sense, but your ability to stay alert can mean the difference between being an enjoyable event and a catastrophe. Sure, a music festival may be a time to let loose and relax, However, that does not mean you should stop being aware of your surroundings. Be on the lookout for suspicious behavior or people. Especially look for unaccompanied bags or packages that appear out of place. If someone seems fidgety or nervous, follow your intuition and alert the nearest security guard or event staff. Stop being overly occupied with your smartphone because this distracts you from what is happening in your environment. I would say with that too is, if you're looking for people out of place, look at the way that people are dressed. If they like with certain cultural events that we go to, a lot of people are gonna look kind of similar. Keep an eye out for people who don't look that way. Keep an eye out for people who are dressed like it's winter time or, like unseasonably, like they're trying to cover something up. That's definitely something that you should be keeping your eyes out for.
And on that, wear the proper footwear and clothing. Okay.
I want to say, quick.
Go ahead.
I just want to say real quick, man, this is the exact type of show and the type of training that we speak on that when you don't train, you will think has nothing to do with self-defense and martial arts.
Right.
This is the type of show, the exact type of show when we say that if you don't know something, it don't exist. If you don't know what real training and self-defense training is, you would never think that the topics we would be getting into this type of thing. And that's the I don't even know how to say it, but that's the plight that we face in trying to convey to people what real self-defense is. Because we so caught up in a high kick. You think self-defense, you think roundhouse kick, and that your mind goes to that, and you just never think about the mindset of.
Well, when we were asked, about the question about what is combat and the thing, or why don't more of us teach self-defense? That's the question. And I said, multiple fold. That's one of the reasons too, is because social media has made, you want shit quick. It's quick and exciting to see somebody do a high kick to somebody's head or catch them in some kind of ankle lock or something like that, right? And that looks exciting.
Yeah,
but when you're talking about how to protect yourself against an active shooter or something like that, well, that takes time to teach that. You can't see that just in a quick video or reel, right? And so it doesn't have that appeal that people want. People really, even in their protection, want a good show.
Right.
Exactly.
And you ain't getting no good show. In fact, I don't want no show where I got to protect myself, to be honest with you. But if you have to, it ain't going to look pretty and good and cool and all that shit.
Right.
Even the people who doing those high kicks and stuff, if they got attacked out there, it would not look pretty like that at all.
The kicks ain't going that high when they get out.
It'll be a bunch of flailing
and
whirlwind hits.
Yes.
Because nobody's going to stand there and just let you kick them like that.
And so to answer James Fox's last question, when he cued in, why don't we have more teaching such? Because it ain't a lot of folks that can teach this. Right. Because there ain't a lot of us that's out here that know this type of situational awareness that's had the how many black men had the level of teaching that you have had, Bob?
That I know?
Yeah, just off the top of your head, that you know the level of first self-defense teaching, then, and when I say self-defense teaching, I'm talking martial training, your martial training.
Right. Not martial arts training. Martial
right.
Training.
Exactly. Because all that's a part of your martial arts training.
Right. 2, 3. No, I'd say, well, thinking about folks that were in my unit. So I was in 5th Special Forces Group. I give it
2 generations.
Now, black folk or just folks?
I'm just talking about black. We talking about us. Why?
Okay, right. So
teaching us.
Us, 3. and that's including me and my daddy.
Right. So let's take
I'm
one away
really
because your
about
dad
that.
is
Now, as far as folks that I just know, because ain't too many white folks and Asians actually can teach you either to really defend yourself. That's why those that can are so popular,
right,
but not popular. They're not popular in numbers, but they're popular with those who know.
right.
I say 7
Yeah, I just wanted that to be a thing,
at the
and
most
you don't have
worldwide.
to you don't have to worry about Zoom classes like Timbo because the Patreon classes are on the way.
Yes.
And the Patreon classes are just going to where we take these same shows and we go more in depth. And we'll have 2 tiers. One will be where you are live and you can ask us questions about these situationals, and the other ones will be where you get to watch the actual show and see the live comments, but you're not interacting. So get ready because it's coming.
He's staying on me about the Patreon because I'm slow doing it. So
I am staying on him.
yeah.
When I bust out with the Belay Patreon, he gonna jump on me. So that's why I gotta stay on him because the Belay Patreon is a button away, about to hit the push button. I'm trying to get him there, y'all. Help me. You know.
Now, Esme said she, I believe it's a she, is on the West Coast. On the West Coast, one person I would recommend training with would be Diallo Frazier. He does 52 blocks. He does it the West Coast way. I love the West Coast way. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I love the West Coast way, the way they do it. It seems more, it's closer to indigenous African way of techniques. Now, that's as far as martial arts. As far as self-defense, on the West Coast, I have to talk to you all offline. Certain people don't want to be just out there like that. And so I had to ask them first. But I would recommend looking up, no matter where you at, look up Still Standing on, because he brings a lot of folks on as guests. Still Standing on Instagram. He brings a lot of people, those 7 folks I was talking about, he brings several of them online on his show. So I although Still Standing ain't brought me on his show.
So what's up with that Still Standing?
What's up with that, Doc Peggins? We brought you on his Doc Peggins. So what's up with that, Doc? I think because I said something that not about Sanukis, but he's a big Sanukis fan, and I said something that was factual about Sanukis. No insult, but I think maybe he took it that way.
Well,
yes, Diallo Frazier on the West Coast. I think he's in LA.
If they would have seen the video of how you was doing me when we was doing that choreography, and you kept wrist locking me, dropping me, picking me back up, dropping me over here and picking me back up. It looked just like a great Sanukis class. Y'all should have seen it. I look real nice falling over the place, getting back up and falling all over the place. He was showing off from the acting folks, y'all, just so y'all know.
Yeah, I was showing off for the actors. Yeah, I really want to roll in that movie, but they didn't give me no room. Still Standing, yes. I think it's one word, Still Standing, I believe. But yes, Still Standing, yes. That's Doc Peggins. Dexter Peggins is his name.
Yes,
we
sir.
call him Doc. Now, with clothing, if an emergency was to happen and you needed to evacuate the premises, you'll be thankful that you wore sturdy, comfortable shoes.
I'm telling you.
Flip-flops, slides. Let me say it louder because my daughter loves, my 15-year-old love wears flip-flops, slides, and high heels do not provide the traction and stability required if you need to run, fight, or if you're involved in a stampede situation. Okay. Flip-flops, slides, and high heels, they do not provide the traction. Now, I'm not saying, hey, don't rock your I'm saying don't rock your slides, especially brothers. Don't rock your slides out there. I don't care if you are from Texas.
I was slide master. I was slide master when it came out, y'all. But it don't take all of a sudden you just think about. I'm like, man, I'm at the grocery store right now. If the truck busts through the wall, they start to rob folks or whatever. I'm gonna be in trouble trying to run faster. Oh, my feet ain't gonna be protected.
Do you remember we were doing class and Yami twist her ankle wearing those slides?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
So flip flop slides and high heels ain't the move.
Yeah.
Candy Rain in here. She used to, when she was little, she used to love wearing heels. She came. I said, "Stop wearing those heels to class." I was like going nuts. Why you wearing heels to class?
Yeah,
that was just to spite you.
I wear the heel. I train in the heels. No, do not train. So people they want to train. All right, son, love you, man. Always.
We love you, Ade.
He said, "Love y'all too." So, hey, okay, girl, come back. She's trying to follow her brother out the door.
Actually, Baba, I was gonna say, last I think it was last week. I went and climbed Stone Mountain with my son, and you would not believe how many like Crocs, and even I saw children with just like sandals, little girls with sandals with just little cheap sling black sandals climbing up Stone Mountain. I'm like,
but that's actually better than flip flop and slides. At least you got a heel in the back.
That's true. Yeah. But the no. If something happened, I mean, you just couldn't do anything. You're walking on a hard rock.
Yami got the style from Ade, but Ade has yes. Do I have a who? I'm sorry, y'all. A tie? No, I don't have unless it's one in the clock. I don't think so. No.
He can stop over here. Tell me you can stop over here and get one.
He said you can stop over the. Billy said you can stop over to his and get one.
I can't tie it for him though.
Shit, I can tie it, but I don't have them.
We can tie it on StreamYard. Show them on StreamYard.
My tie's in a box somewhere. I don't know where they at.
Show them on StreamYard, Baba.
Candy Rain said, "Laugh my ass off." So no Crocs in sport mode.
No Crocs.
We talked about sport mode before.
That's why she's laughing out loud because she know that. Now, James,
James don't put on your Crocs, your slide. I didn't add Crocs in here, but I should have. So Crocs ain't for it either, really. But so you go out, you say, "But man, it's hot." Like that's my wife always. It's hot, so she like wearing her sandals. Okay, wear your sandals. Just know you ain't fully for the shits if you wear them sandals or those slides and whatnot. That looks good like that. So are you going to a meeting though?
It's a war show.
Ah, shit. He going to a war show. You want to go to Belays and get the tie?
No, I might run behind.
You say what?
It's right right behind. I think it's look good.
Okay, that does look good. Come here real quick. Close that door. So y'all tell him he's doing the award show, but
you gotta show off.
Sit down. You don't be embarrassed. You look good, boy.
Oh yeah. You don't need a tie. You don't need a tie. Nah, you don't need a tie.
So this is my son, everybody. That's Oluwade.
That's the new. That's how you supposed to do it.
The new graduate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ready to take over? That's what's
up. Again, congratulations. Yes, sir. So,
good job, man. Good job.
All right.
Proud of you, man.
Captain, you know how to dress. All right, y'all. And then my daughter Kikyo just came and stole my my cup for my mushroom coffee. So that's all the time. I still have my cup. I don't realize it until she put her fingers in there, and then she gets the mushroom coffee on her finger and sticks it in my mouth, and I'm like, ugh. So
I believe James Fox know what he's talking about because he said you first have to learn how to take a fall.
Oh yes. Yeah. Now that one we can agree on, James.
We can agree on that one, James. We believe you now. Now we believe you. You got a couple more people with you now, James. You got a couple more people on your team. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving.
We believe you now. So anyway, and yes, you do need to know how to take a fall. Hold on. I'm sorry, y'all.
No problem. We can talk about.
My daughter is just. She didn't. Oh God, she didn't taken like 200. So I had to stop that real quick.
Shoes is important, man, because shoes is important. We got to really get on our grandchildren and children about the slide thing, man. This is I really take that serious because your
Well,
toes are it don't take nothing to mess your feet up. You out there.
shit, grandchildren, children, spouses, ourselves,
Nieces and nephews.
shoot, everybody. So that's the style now, wearing the flip flops, the slides, and all that.
Yeah, man.
Flip flop slides and high heels do not provide the traction and stability required if you need to run, fight, or if you're involved in a stampede situation.
Right.
Okay. Now, Matt, you're trying to run, you break your damn ankle, and it's a stampede coming, you're finished. You can't even get up to run with the stampede.
Right.
So
Somebody step on your bunion.
man, and that's for real. I mean, that'll drop you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
My wife said that's with shoes on too. Yeah,
but if you got them old toes, though,
I got on my damn hiking boots, which have steel toes. I ain't got no damn bunions. They step on my toe, I'm okay. They step on your toe in that sandal, you going down.
Yeah.
You going down, sister. Except she got me, so I pick her up. I be pulling her along because she be sliding along in those damn.
Well, we have to do a whole nother segment on a different show about Baba's beautiful feet. Baba's beautiful.
No, we ain't doing no. You know what? We may do a show because that's health. We may do a show on my feet.
BBF Baba. Beautiful Baba feet.
We ain't doing that like Drake. No. And by the way, Drake ain't got no damn BBL too.
That was a good one.
That's cold.
No, but
Anyway.
I mean,
I said BBF was big beautiful feet for
look,
Baba.
don't be on here defending Drake. We gotta lose more people than we gain.
That part is whack. So
that part is hilarious.
That is whack. Talking about BBL. The man ain't got no BBL. Damn.
That's hilarious, Baba. BBL.
He has a BBL mentality. That's the point.
BBL Drizzy.
Oh,
Even gotta keep 100. I thought about getting the BBL myself.
All right. See, this is what happens.
Anyway, y'all. So flip flop slides, we get ridiculous. Sorry, y'all. Flip flop slides and high heels do not provide the traction you need. Okay. Instead, choose sturdy shoes, boots, and they got nice looking shoes, boots, and sneakers, y'all. Use sturdy shoes, boots, or sneakers with protection for your toes that will not fall off. Because my wife knew I was going to talk about the toes. That's why she brought up toe. That will not fall off, slip, or possibly cause an ankle injury. Okay. Similarly, choose clothing that is appropriate for the weather. Like Omiiki was saying, you can't be out here if it's the summer and the mug out here wearing a trench coat.
Right.
You got to look at that. You got to look at it. If there was an emergency situation that prevented you from leaving the premises, you want to be sure that you are protected from the elements. Loose, flowing, and long clothing may look cool, but can be a potential hazard in an emergency evacuation or stampede. These items of clothing can easily be stepped on, grabbed, caught on something, or torn, causing you to fall, be immobilized, or worse. Now, in the days of, people wearing the pants falling off your ass, that's dangerous for you too, the way you walk. But if your pants are too baggy, just know, like the skinny jeans, the skinny suits, and so I prefer that for safety reasons, because if it's loose, it gets caught on stuff. The U.S. military is so cold. If you look at we used to call them BDUs, I think they call them something else now, but battle dress uniform, the camouflage, for your rank and file soldier, for your conventional soldier or Marine, or I think sailors too, it's loose. Well, if you're in combat in places that's in close, that's okay for the forest that's wide out. Well, if you're in close proximities, like if you're in a place like the city, in an alleyway, or you're moving through a dense forest, close clothes like this will get snagged. You're caught. You're trying to run. It's caught.
Right.
So if you see I could pull it out, but my battle dress uniform when I was in SF. It's not like you see in the movies where you see them in the regular camouflage and it's all loose like everybody else's and they got the green beret on, all of that, right? Normally, when I wore my beret, it was with my Class A's, which is basically the suit that we wear. But with the BDUs, ours were tight to the body. They were tight and they were midnight blue. They were not, green with the splotches in it. And so they were tight to your body so they wouldn't snag on stuff.
Right.
And I've talked to them about, okay, so the proper uniform, if we wore a uniform per se, I mean, uniform is whatever fits the environment where you're at. But if we wore a specific uniform, then it should be tight to the body, not loose where it can snag, even your top too. So make sure you're wearing the proper clothes. But I don't expect y'all to be out there wearing clothes like that. Now, shit, you wear tight clothes like that.
Yeah, well, some of them do.
But they got slides on. Like, no.
And that's just like the shoe situation. The young people who we have within our influence, we definitely need to be talking with them about some of these choices that they make to wear, especially out in public, to festivals and that kind of thing.
Right. Somebody's Esme said, laughing out loud first, butt plugs, now BBL. I know. This is a hell of a show. You can get everything here in Warrior Glass.
Exactly.
Our uniforms should be like
Yapo. I'm sorry. I was gonna say Yapo also says to this day I can't figure out why Batman wears a long ass cape. He's supposed to be a brilliant fighter.
And supposed to be stealthy. That shit makes no sense.
Batman gotta fly sometimes. He grabbed that cape. He can rappel off the side of a building.
That's ridiculous.
Come on. It's Batman.
Although they make it work in the movies.
Exactly.
But, exactly. Now I would say the only person that should be wearing a cape, two people. Superman, cause who gonna whoop his ass?
And Dracula.
And well, not damn Dracula. He'll wear the
Dracula.
Thor, cause who gonna whoop his ass? The Hulk could wear one too, cause who gonna whoop his? But Batman, for real, he tried to move all stealthy, flip over you. You just grab his cape, slam him down to the ground.
We are way left.
Anyway, that fits.
Right now.
But anyway,
me.
I'm sorry.
So hey,
that's why we need to stay hydrated so we think clearly.
Yes.
Right. So stay hydrated and limit intoxicants. So many of these public events involve. Oh, come on. You got to mute your camera for a minute, bro. You got crying. Hold on, you can't mute the boss man stuff. You got to mute his own stuff. So anyway. So many of these public events involve the consumption of alcohol and smoking weed. While it is perfectly acceptable to enjoy a few adult beverages and some party favorites at a music festival, concert, party, or sporting event, limit your consumption of alcohol and marijuana, especially if you're out in the heat. Be careful. Severely limit your consumption of anything harder like shrooms, Molly, or you shouldn't be in that shit, y'all. For real, let's be honest. But dehydration is common at large events, especially those that take place outdoors. Plus, copious amounts of alcohol can cause people to lower their inhibitions, significantly increasing the possibility of fights and other unruly behavior. If you are drinking alcohol at a public event, be sure to pace yourself and drink plenty of water before you even get there. Not only will this help you prevent dehydration and illness, which you do not want to be early at these events, it will help you to maintain an awareness of your surrounding and react appropriately in the event of an emergency. And that's the main thing. You want to be too sauced up and somebody go in your pockets or take your purse or you misplace you know what I'm saying?
Anything, right?
Yeah.
Another thing too that I think people don't think about, one of my many jobs is I work at a stadium. And a lot of times, especially with the marijuana thing, I think people think that they're doing something anonymously. If there's a whole big crowd of people, they'll never be able to tell, who's smoking. But one thing that I've noticed that they do is that they'll bring police dogs in, and people don't realize it because you're sitting down in the seats, but sometimes in the back of the stadium they got police walking around with dogs, so they can find you. They can find who's smoking, and you have to think about that. Outdoor events or indoor events or whatever, like there are people out there who are thinking about things that you're not thinking about, who are plotting things. So that's another reason that you have to keep yourself safe, or another thing to keep yourself safe from.
Mm-hmm.
Also, make sure that you keep your phone charged. Most of us rely on smartphones to do just about everything. No matter how negative this can be, they can certainly serve a purpose when it comes to safety. Before attending a large public event, be sure that your cell phone is completely charged. You may even want to bring a charger for long and multi-day events. Assuming that you have cell service, a charged smartphone can be a critical tool in communicating with family, security personnel, and comrades. When attending a public event, be sure to tell your family and friends where you will be and for how long. If an unfortunate tragedy does occur, we can share our location using our smartphone so our loved ones can know where we are at all times. When attending a large family or multi-day musical festival, this can be a critical strategy for staying safe.
All right. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Hold on. My darling daughter is all over the place. Anyway, create a plan. Chances are, and this is something you and the family should always get together and do. I ask people, do you have a plan with your family when you travel? If you have to stay in your house? And most people, the answer is no. It's important to have a plan, right? Chances are you're attending a public event with other people. Before you go, research the venue. Have an understanding of the layout of the property and the location of all exits. You may also want to review the safety procedures for the event beforehand. Okay. It is also beneficial to create an emergency plan with your group so everyone knows what to do if they get separated or an emergency occurs. We had a training one time where we trained on how to move and what to do if we get into a violent encounter and our group is there. So we know how to subdue a person and things of that nature, not just by myself. So if I had to subdue somebody and I'm there with Bile and Ominiki, we know how to remove that person from the property.
Right.
If we had to, okay, or at least get them out the way so we can remove ourselves. So those things, if you don't have the ability to train on that, at least have a plan where your people going to sit, what you're going to do if X happens. So you're not just going in just with no idea, then it's chaos.
And go ahead.
Now, one real quick, the big point of that is try not to just go to mass events by yourself.
Yeah, bro.
One, but two, when you go, and I've told my students, we go to events, Joe break off over there, Jenny break off over there, I'm breaking off here, there's no need for us to have gone together.
Mm-hmm.
If we go together, let's be together to a certain degree. Now, you may do small break-offs where, okay, I know so-and-so, oh, I know that cat. I've been to events. I had a friend / student who knew everybody. Like, God damn, no matter what city, he knew every. So he would say, I know they're doing, want to talk over there. I said, all right, cool. He go talk to his friend. I move in that direction where I'm only a few feet away. I'm not in their space. The person don't know me unless he decides to introduce me, call me over, but I'm watching.
You said quickly that some people that's been watching for a while, they might have caught, but some may have not. and that's the working together part. And I think I just wanted to hit that again because before I came into African martial arts, I had trained in martial arts before, and I've never came across, and I didn't think about that before. And I've been fighting. I come from. I used to fight. I used to get in fights, and I know about people getting jumped. I come from getting jumped. That's what I come from, that age where everybody was getting jumped, and I got jumped a lot. And one thing Baba said I never thought about with somebody. You go with somebody else, you know they can fight. Be like, yo, anybody come, we gonna fuck them up. That's all you got. That's all we got. Somebody come, somebody fuck with us, we gonna fuck them up. And you see what end up happening is somebody got somebody and you swinging all wild. You hitting your boy in the back and the chest trying to get a lick in, and it's really chaos and melee. And it's nothing like knowing when I grab this person here, this person next to me, they know what to do. Right. They know what I'm going for. I know what they going for. Ain't no this happening very fast.
Right.
You feel me? Because it's coordinated and it's bang, bang, bang. That's much harder to resist than the struggle of this a bunch of all that going on.
Right.
That's not what's happening. And so it's a much different mindset. So it's gonna look different. It's gonna happen different. And that's what it's I can really appreciate we coming from this standpoint. Again, something people don't think about when you're thinking about self-defense and martial arts. How do we move on this brother and get him out of here from these babies and these women that's around right now? How do we remove this big brother that's wild and acting fool? He got a pistol on him.
Right.
How we get him up out of here? We just afraid. And what we gonna do? Just, brother, please, could you leave? No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a tried, tested, proven way to get this motherfucker out of here. Because now we can't depend on what you done studied and got off the internet. We need to know this shit gonna work when I grab this big motherfucker. When you grab his arm, is all this shit you've been teaching gonna work now? We just got this big ass motherfucker here, mad height. With what is that shit gonna work now? Is you for real? Do you trust it? Yeah, because that's the situations we really get into.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This shit got to be real that you may get into. I just had to, I just want to put this in perspective for folks, man. Let's hit it. My fault. Excuse me. Oh, it's on me. I got hype. And I'm talking about remaining calm and following your intuition. No matter what kind of emergency you're facing. And it's funny, I was telling my daughter, I was like, yo, you were so hyped for a minute. I was like, you know how to breathe. She was like, yeah. But the thing is, remembering that you know what you know. If you get nervous, you forget you know what to do. I get sleepy and forget. We got exercises that give you energy that'll keep, but you forget that when you're sleepy.
That's where you're
training. No matter what kind of emergency.
Also, part of training is that forgetting that you're gonna forget. So
now I'm gonna take it to
I got caught with something. What happened? Because you're gonna forget under stress and just calm yourself down, and then you just come back to you.
Yeah, exactly. So no matter what kind of emergency you're facing, it is essential that you stay calm. Do your best to take deep breaths because that shit works. This will help you think clearly and make the right choices based on the situation at hand. If something feels off, trust your intuition and contact the nearest person, working security or event official. If it's better to be safe than sorry.
You're wrong. Also, in line with that, know the exit points and safe areas. Before attending any event, it's essential to be familiar with the layout of the venue. Make a plan for exit points and safe areas, including identifying potential escape routes. For outdoor events, know where emergency vehicles or first aid stations are located. Identifying safe areas can help you escape if there's chaos, including stampedes or threats. Additionally, once you arrive at the event, make sure you know the floor plan of the venue and spot the emergency exit. So that's, it's going to require research in a lot of situations because like I work in the stadium, But if you're going to one, you may have never been there before. So you're not going to automatically know these things. Even if you walk in there, you're not going to know these things. So you may have to look up the layout online before
Which
you
is
go.
not hard to find either,
Right,
because when you're in the stadium, the seating, they're going to show you everything you need to know.
Right.
Even in a movie theater, they're going to do the same thing these days.
And on that, when you're getting tickets to a movie or concert or whatever it is, football game, don't just say, yeah, I want this seat here. Look at how the layout of this place is. It's a map for you.
Just one.
You know, so study that bad boy.
Yeah,
study
bro.
the map and say, okay, this is where the exits are, and even when you're choosing what seats you can get, look at the exits and things like that. When we go to the movies, we go as a group a lot of time,
Right.
and we say, okay, this is where we're sitting. We figure out where we're going to sit, who's going to sit to the outside, who's going, all that's important. All that's important. Usually on the outside is either me or Belay. If it's two outsides, like we got a whole thing that Belay may be on this end, I'll be on that end. We may put Kunle in the middle, Kunle and Akinbobola, and the children are in between them. So those kind of things we do, if at all possible, right? If at all possible.
So keep a close eye on your belongings. My fault, Bob. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Stay in groups. We had said that earlier. Events can get crowded and massive, but it's always safer to stay in groups. Walking in groups not only reduces the risk of getting lost, but it also provides an added level of protection in case of an attack. Staying close to friends enables those around you to watch out for your well-being and you to watch out for theirs, and can help you stay safe in case of a medical emergency. So, or against an abduction. When you go into the bathroom, like say, if we're out and say Boomy's daughter, who's 6, wants to go to the bathroom, and she may say, well, Yami, can you take it to the bathroom? And then Yami say, sure. And then usually like Ogunlewa say, well, I'll go with you. Or Ominiki, somebody. So it's an adult woman, it's a young woman, and then the little girl. It ain't just the young woman with the little girl by herself. Even when we go to the bathroom, like sometimes I'll just go by myself, but that's really overconfidence. I shouldn't. I go to the bathroom. I just feel funny. I go to the bathroom and say, "Be can you go to the bathroom with me?" That feels funny to me.
But really, women are used to that.
Right. Women are used to it, but that's really how men should move too.
Right.
Not necessarily say it like that, but I'm going to the bathroom, y'all, so the other people know to go with them, right? Yeah, and on that, real quick, we were asked in Earn Your Liberation yesterday. Geechee asked, "What do we think about yoga?" I said, "Well, Ominiki is a yoga instructor." I said, "But so the question." Geechee wanted to, EYL is going to be in Baltimore. He wanted them to have a meetup.
I've seen that. I've seen that.
And if me and Belay go to Virginia to meet up with Duran Chavis for Happily Natural Day, we can meet for coffee. Goddamn it, I'm not meeting with Duran for yoga. I'm not doing that. That's just me. I'm not, hey, we just stretching, sweating and shirts off together. No, but I will meet for coffee, and we sweat because it's hot and we drinking coffee. But it's a little different. It's more intimate when we meet for yoga. So no, I wouldn't meet for yoga with him. And I had a bad experience with yoga. Me and my wife went when she was pregnant with our day.
Bad experience with yoga.
We went to yoga. She was pregnant with our day. My son, who y'all just saw. And they all stretching, and all the women in there stretching, touching their head to their thigh. To their shins and shit. And I'm stretch. I'm thinking I'm doing pretty good. After a while, after about the fifth stretch, downward dog and sun salute and lippity, all these stretches and shit, I was sweating, shaking. I was so embarrassed, and the women made it worse because they being nurturing. It was all pregnant women, right? And they are doing splits and shit. They like, brother, you okay? And they been all nice. That made it worse. Cause like I'm dying, and they say, you okay, brother? They come over and do a split, and then you okay? I'm like, you had to do the split in front of me. You had to do that. You could just ask him, okay? This is embarrassing. So I left. My wife would take. I left out. Like I can't do this, and so I wouldn't go back with her no more. I was ashamed, and so for me, yoga anyway is a bad experience.
So you've been in actual combat.
Yeah.
You found some pregnant women who were being nice to you. So traumatic that you'll never meet for yoga again.
They were ridiculing me. They were ridiculing.
They were not, Papa. That is terrible.
Yo, man.
At least one of them could have said, "Oh, this stretch is hurting." No, they were just stretching. I'm like, I didn't even know my wife would stretch like that. I'm like, what is this?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when we don't.
Then I called my mama for support, and she says, "Well, women when they're pregnant, they're more flexible." It wasn't like I'm sorry, it happened to you, son. She's like, women are more flexible. And I hear her giggling a little bit. Like, Ma, this ain't funny. So, yes, I've been in combat, but I can't take that.
You gotta excuse us, but we ain't we ain't had a show in a while.
I'm sorry, y'all.
I'm sorry. All right, hey, okay, it's on me. This time for real. Okay. Keep a close eye on your belongings and your valuables. That's the thing. See, if you're following all this, if you stay close in a group, somebody got an eye on your stuff. And if you go before that, if you remain calm, you know where your stuff at. And if you ain't if you ain't been drinking a lot, if you ain't done no hard drugs, you ain't gonna be misplacing your shit. So all this stuff go together. So events and gatherings bring a lot of people together. And with that, especially in Atlanta, this is where they make a lot of money in these gatherings. They bring a lot of people together, and with that comes a high risk of theft and fraud. This is the scammer land.
Oh, and now this is hard to defend, but they break. Well, we may deal with that too, but they break in cars a lot here.
Yeah, and look, this has happened to me. I've been in a line like this with my ticket for the show, like this, and somebody snatch it.
Whoa!
I'm in line. I was a kid. I was in line just like this, in line at the concert, and all I heard was, I turned around, nobody. It's over. Your ticket's
now you
gone.
can't get in it.
No, I had to get another ticket. It was over. It was over. I could not get in. So if I had some people, that's why if I said don't go places by myself, I was by myself. If I'd have had somebody with me, somebody would have saw it. If I had my awareness, I wouldn't have had my ticket out or under my arm like this behind my back. My ticket was an ancestor at that point. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, we just be aware. That's all we saying. It's still. Is it? Am I finished? Okay. So, oh no, it's still on me, ain't it?
Yes.
Okay, I ain't finished. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Ensure you keep your valuables close to you, and if you have to keep them in a tent or car, do not leave them unattended. Additionally, ensure only to carry what you need. Do not carry items that may attract thieves, such as expensive jewelry or gadgets, especially if you don't need them. Tuck your stuff in your car, folks. Don't have your stuff out.
Now, me and a couple of brothers went to Fresh Fest. Yeah, I'm telling my age. Well, y'all know my age. We walking after the Fresh Fest, and we're talking about, man, so-and-so was dope, blah, 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 blah. And my boy got a big herringbone. I don't know why he just tucked that bad boy. And it's these muds walking by us, and I said to my friend, watch yourself. They ain't paying no attention. They just steady, yeah, so-and-so was dope, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, one love. You got these eyes, one love. Houdini, blah, blah, blah. And Houdini killed Fresh Fest, by the way. Anyway, so we walking, and the dude just snatched his herringbone.
Mm.
So I said, hey. So I turned around. My friend Calvin. You watching Calvin? Hopefully you changed now, but Calvin grabbed me and said, no, it's all right, man. I don't want to get into no fight.
Oh my goodness.
Damn
What?
that. You grabbed your herringbone. Damn that. And I heard my father's voice say, God damn, you gonna fight for his herringbone?
And he don't want to fight for
He
it.
don't want to fight. Now my father was still alive. Now just my training. Like I said, okay. And so we turned around and walked, and he was all sad and shit. And I wanted so bad to say, you didn't have to be sad. We could have went over. It was him and another dude. There was 3 of us. Mind you, Calvin was about shit that time, probably 6'4", 6'5".
He was scary.
240, but he was scared, so it didn't matter his size.
Mm-hmm.
We could have handled them, but he didn't want to. So we just kept walking. He was sad, and I said, I'm not gonna do the I told you so, or you should have, would have, should have, could have, don't mean nothing, right? I'm like, damn. So tuck your stuff too.
Right.
Don't be afraid to tuck that chain.
Right.
And
You said,
I keep my chains tucked
so I can show it off. Look, you don't want to lose that shit.
right.
Look, I done started liking the way my chains look, just seeing the little part right here on my neck. I don't even want you to see everything. Just see the little line right here. You know, I got something going on. I like the mysteriousness of it.
Like even with a lucky, I tell people, tuck your lucky.
Right.
The lucky out of the spiritual beads that we wear. Because I had mine out going home, and the dude started walking toward me. He said, "Man, I'm about to take your beads." I said, "Well, they'll bury you in them. They'll bury you in them." And he was going to take my beads, and I said to myself, "Damn." After that, if I even wear them, y'all rarely see me wear them, but I normally tuck them. When I have them out, we doing a show here. I may have, one because we're doing the show. I'm in my home.
Right.
But other than that, nah, I don't want to get robbed or have to fight to protect some damn beads.
Right.
It made no sense,
I was going to say also and the family might not need to be told this, but one of the most valuable things you can have at these festivals is your children. And, a lot of times, sometimes there'll be a children's area or something like that where we're just letting them go and, kind of be out there. Good point. That's definitely something you should be keeping your eye out for your children at all times. They should know that they need to be coming and checking back with you if they are out and about in the festival. Like that should be part of your plan with them.
Predators will go to events like that because they know they have the children's station or whatever.
Oh my goodness.
So you should be refreshing that whatever you've been reinforcing with your children all the time before you're going to these events. You should be going over that with them in the car or at home a couple of days before. You should be refreshing them with all those behaviors.
So we about to be finished, y'all. We only got a few 2 more little paragraphs to go. But I just want to say real quick on this. I saw a test that this guy did where he got his son. I think it was his son. You seen it, Baba? Mm-hmm. And he had like he was kidnapping in front of everybody. And the amount of people that did not skip a beat seeing a young boy let me just tell y'all. Mm-hmm. I don't especially like to get involved with young white boys. I mean, it just don't make sense. I'm a black man. It just causes trouble just dealing with a young black. If I seen a young white boy getting abducted, my instinct to see a child, all I can register is the child just got taken. And these was white folks seeing white kids get taken and they wasn't doing shit. I could not understand. It was unbelievable. But again, when you not like something, you can't understand why people move like they do. And actions perceive. Excuse me. I was about to say
perception precedes action.
Perception precedes action, and so I don't know I don't know what they was perceiving by not acting, but goodness gracious, the fact that people will let your child. The point I'm making, it's been proven. People will let somebody take your child and not even call the folks, but mind their business. It's crazy. That's crazy.
Absolutely.
So know that.
Yeah. At these large events, also, we need to be mindful of the weather. Weather conditions can be unpredictable, And it's important to check the weather forecast before attending any event. Wear appropriate clothing for the weather, whether it's raining or sunny, to ensure you are comfortable and to ensure your comfort and safety. Additionally, if you're attending the event during severe weather conditions, pay attention to the weather updates. If there's an emergency, such as a tornado warning, seek shelter in the designated areas.
And with the spring season in effect and summer just around the corner, more and more people will be attending large events. Hopefully, these tips can help you enjoy yourself while staying safe. And on the thing, with the abduction thing, I'll just speak where my mind is with the moment. My oldest child was born in 1987. And when she came out of the womb and I looked her in the eyes, I literally said to myself, I'll die for this child. When we're born, we come into the world, we're going to die. We're going to die. Well, goddamn, our future, if they ain't worked down for, what is?
Yeah,
So, and I'm not just talking about my children. I'm talking about children. Children are the future. Me too, so I don't feel white children are my future, but my instincts would not allow me either to let somebody just abduct a white child. Now, my students I always hit them with hard questions. They'll ask me the question, well, what if it was a black man abducting the child? I don't give a damn.
Yeah,
it's just like
he's going to get stopped.
Question. Right, yeah.
It's that same thing when people say, well, Palestine ain't about us. Motherfucker, Palestine will be you in a few days. Don't let no slights against our people, no level of oppression pass. Because if you let it pass here, when it comes to your door, then others gonna let it pass.
Yeah, wow. So
when you see people letting the child get abducted, know that they're not gonna give a damn about nothing. When they kicking in their neighbor's door to take them when shit falls, they ain't gonna do nothing either, except maybe give you up, right? So don't fight that. I remember I was at a grocery store. Old white woman. She trying to reach something on the shelf. She said, can you help me? Different people. It was cold. People, oh, white bitch, get out of here. I mean, that kind of thing. I'm like, damn. So she's, can you help me, please? I said, oh, yes, ma'am. I get the thing down for her. And people stopping, looking at me. I don't know why they had this in for the lady. She ain't having like a, I hate niggers t-shirt or something. If she had that on, she could have got that shit by herself, but she didn't have that on, right? Well, if she had said, thanks, nigger, I'd have grabbed the shit from my hand and put it back up there. But that wasn't the case. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on, why they didn't like her, but hey, things happen. I was walking my daughter through the grocery store, my daughter Okishina. And my mother talks about it. She was with us. And my daughter, she was like 2. And she was saying, every white person she saw, she said, you ugly, you ugly, you ugly. She saw the black, you pretty, to the black lady, you ugly. Old man, she said, you real ugly. I said, babe, what you doing? She said, they ugly. I said, babe, what you doing? And I'm laughing at it. But if one of them say, hey, can you help me put stuff out? I said, sure. I'd help him get some stuff down or whatever. That doesn't cost me anything, and it doesn't even if I didn't, it didn't cost me anything either. But it doesn't make me feel better about myself. It's just I go by my instinct.
Right.
So if I'm going by my instinct, I'm going by my instinct. Now, I always ask them questions like this. If I'm walking down the street, 2 women are being attacked. On this side of the street, it's a 70-year-old white woman being attacked by 25-year-old young men, whatever color they are. On this side of the street, it's a 40-year-old black woman. Who do I protect first? I can only protect one. Which do I go to? The easy answer in your mind would be what? So you have to ask yourself that. Now, for me, I would go to the black woman for 2 reasons.
I already know why, Baba.
One, she's a black woman. The other reason, and that's simple for me.
I know the other reason.
The other reason is that woman could be 42.
Right.
And you look 70. Because they look old when they get old. Right? So I'm assuming they're the same age.
He tricked us, Belay. He tricked us.
So
I'm letting it go. I'm not saying that.
They both 40. I'm gonna take that 40-year-old sister. I got to protect her.
All comments and opinions expressed by Warrior Class.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just messing around. So
you just messing with y'all, man. Just messing. Lord have mercy.
So I he was really was saying EDC carrying gripping mofo.
The real answer is because that woman is younger and she could help him.
Right.
Yes, save the older woman. That's the real answer. That's
the real answer, y'all, that we knew.
The younger woman can help me save the older woman. It's not.
And I wouldn't have said that. He would have let y'all. He don't care. He would have let y'all think that.
Yeah.
See, I can't let it.
No, because we dealt with it before, so they couldn't look back at the job. So I didn't let them go run with that.
He just
that was a good twist, but that's writing right there, right on the fly.
That's messing with an author. Yeah, you messing with an author. That's what happens right there. Plot twist. We hope these helped y'all seriously. And we saw the
also knowing how to call 911 and talk in code.
I was just about to say we saw the suggestions on the side.
Yeah, bro. Now
we've talked about codes.
Yes, so also knowing how to call 911 and talk in code. I understand what you're saying. The danger of them motherfuckers. To be honest with you, when you call the police, say, "Hey, they just took somebody's child." A lot of times they'll talk to you like you're the goddamn criminal. Like, why are you trying to get all this information? Just come. Right. Now, I couldn't get on there and talk because I sound too black. Maybe we can get somebody, seriously, we can get somebody that sounds kind of whitish to call. Hey, why they're taking this child. The child is cute. He got blonde hair, even if it was a black child. They took this old cute blonde haired child. They're abducting him. Maybe they'll come.
Say the child got blonde hair regardless if a child get abducted.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, say the child got blonde hair. That's gonna get you service.
They'll move quicker.
They coming.
They'll move quicker. But if I call and say, hey y'all, is somebody taking the child? The child got blonde hair. They be like, nigga, stop playing. They would, I sound too black.
As that great American Patrice O'Neal said, I'm gonna get a keychain with a white baby hooked to it. If I ever get lost, you might not care about me, but I bet you care about this white baby I got on my keychain. You better come get me.
Now, my ex-wife, I remember she called the house one time, and my mother said, "I didn't know you dating no white woman." I said, I had never dated no white. So she sounded white, right? So whenever we had to talk to police or something, I'd have her call.
I heard that.
That was rare, but or call businesses like, "Hey, you short us of so and so." She'd be like, "Excuse me, so and so, so and so." "Oh yes, ma'am." They move on it. I'm like, you call, goddamn, I'm not calling, or I can Bobala call for me for things.
right.
Yeah, excuse me, so and so, and they assume he's white. Even though black Brits and white Brits sound different too.
They do.
Talking about Oreo, yeah, but we don't know that here.
So that's Candy Rain's mama. That's why she.
Oh,
that's her mom, right? So I would have her call. But anyway, now Candy Rain don't sound white though, because she got too much, of me and her. She grew up on the west side of Chi-Town, but her mama grew up on the west side of Chi-Town in the projects. When you hear her voice, she be hi. She called you right now. Excuse me, may I speak to so and so Jones? Like, who's this white? He's not here.
Yeah, sound like she got the Tina Turner accent. Like, how you get that? Wait, what did you get that?
Now, my mother, we were out one time lost, and she was asking a white person for directions, right? I was so confused because my mother is from Yazoo, Mississippi. She sounds like she's from Yazoo, but she said, so she talked to the the white person. The first thing out of her mouth was I said, what's it? What's that? ERRM. Could you please tell me how to get? I said, why mama sounding like that? I'm asking my sisters. And they're like, be quiet, be quiet. I'm like, so after she was done, I said, Mom, why did you sound like that? She said, that's how you know you got to sound the folks so they're not gonna speak to you. I said, I can't do it.
That's the code switching.
I can't do it.
Signal. Yeah.
Now, I'd imagine code switch, like say if I'm talking from my mama, I wouldn't curse, even as a young boy. Well, of course not a young boy, but now I would, that kind of job. It's not even a slip up, right? So I speak differently in front of my mother, almost, but pretty much, than if I speak in front of y'all. Right. When I'm speaking in front of Okikiola, it's a switch, but I don't do the baby talk. I don't do that.
Well, see, you ain't from the South where, like Chris Rock said, the old man be like, yes, sir, Mr. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. As soon as he walk out the door, he'd be like, I'll slit that cracker throat. I'll slit that motherfucker. I'll slit it. He come back in. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, my professional boy, Candy Rain, I almost said your real name. I sound professional. Just not. Well, I think I sound professional. Let's go. When I'm teaching class, I'll say, excuse me, everyone. My dear students, line up over there, please. And so, and that's how I talk,
Yeah, I don't recall.
I don't recall that lamb language. I don't recall that lambness. I don't recall no lamb language.
You never call the lambness when I'm lining y'all up?
Nah, line up.
Yeah, we get all line, no lamb.
I say, excuse me, you all. I say, I can go over. Can you please line everyone up, please? Y'all know I do that. And then he'll say, we're gonna go by the numbers. You're number 1, you're number 2, 3, 4.
Manifesto said that Brit accent stuns racism for a minute.
Yeah.
Like it suspends it, because they can't tell. So they just
except when the racists were going jump him in Kroger.
Right. But I mean, like over the phone, they
on the phone is good, yeah.
Unless it's somebody over the phone. If it's somebody over the phone from England, they be like, we know you all, man. You're not fooling us.
You're a nigga. You're a nigga over there working on the phone, because I said, do black Brits sound different which makes sense, from white Brits? He said, of course, yeah,
for sure.
Did you see the thing, Bobby, where the kid, the kid was like, the black dude was interviewing and said, hey, if you tell me something that your mom don't know you do, I'll get you a pair of sneakers in here right now.
Yeah,
White kids say, I say the N-word
with the
hard ER. His mom was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo.
She didn't want him to tell it. She know goddamn where you say the hard ER.
Yo, he said with the hard ER. No, it was supposed to be something your mama don't know, so maybe she didn't know. She might be married. She might be married to a black man. That'd be even funny.
Every time the sit down, he walk on.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Foul sense of humor, everybody. Sorry about that.
That'd be cold. Well,
Did we
once
record
again,
the 4?
everyone's ideas is not how do they say it's not warrior
All the
classes.
right. Opinions expressed by these 3 people. It's
Uh,
funny. The opinions expressed by all 3 of us aren't the
media would want us to say that. That's it.
right. Yeah,
I
exactly.
was
all
doing
these
that
straight
sorry to
opinions
bother you
expressed.
voice. I've got the sorry to bother you voice. Excuse me, dear sir. I talk to them like that in class. I'm telling you.
All right, we all right.
Throw a punch. Throw your elbow here. Belay, that elbow is a little off, Belay. But you're doing great, though, pal. You're doing great. That's how I talk to them.
Not once.
And I really
if you
encourage
started
them
talking
about,
to me like if you was talking to me like that, I think he was gonna kill me. If you start, I swear to God, if you start talking to me like that, I'll be like, oh shit, Baba gonna kill me. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'll get the fuck out of here.
come over here with me real quick, pal.
Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no motherfucking way.
Oh,
Katie
my
Ray talking about
God.
that's your leprechaun voice. All right, man, that's enough, man.
All
We
right,
gotta end the
y'all.
show.
So, works on Midwest Whites. Yes.
I
Warrior
thought that was
class
the
got
name.
the dark. That's your leprechaun voice.
I thought Earn was the name of the character
yeah.
played by Childish Gambino in Atlanta.
All right.
Who's it?
Charles Gambino is
His name was Earn.
Yes.
was it?
His
Sure was Earn. Well, that's Earn, but Childish Gambino, his new song, Littlefoot Bigfoot.
I haven't heard it.
Me either.
It's hot. The way they dancing too, but
there's a video.
oh yeah, the way they dance. I mean, they getting down, but I have questions about it. We'll talk about it another time or offline. But yeah, watch it. Watch it.
I hate that you've seen this before me. I get tired of that shit. Anyway, all right, y'all.
But it's done where it's the video's done by somebody.
Furry's feet and hard R. You never know what's gonna get on a Saturday.
You never know what you're gonna get on a Saturday. You know, Furry's feet and the hard R. That sounds like a good episode name. Or
we should rename this episode that actually.
Yeah,
we should start a new type of title.
We're gonna be talking about that. That would have been dope.
Yo, we might need to start titling our shit after the live. Let y'all come up with some of this. I like Furry's feet and the hard
that
R.
Furry's feet and the hard R. And that sounds hard.
That's a book or something. God dang.
So, love y'all.
Yes.
Stay black or whatever it is you may be. We had some interesting conversations in here today. Well, always. That's why Tarantino says it allegedly. I didn't know Tarantino was a furry. Okay. So Tarantino is a furry according to Manifesto.
And he used the hard R.
So we're going to get to, I know about the hard ER. There's a post going around talking about Kill Bill 3 is false.
Of course.
The person admitted that it was false. But it would have been dope if that was real. It was Zendaya playing the little girl when she told the little girl, if you feel salty when you get older, you come see me.
Right.
That would have been dope because it would have set that up, but it ain't true. Just so you all know. So if you see it, that's not true. But anyway, check out Sundays tomorrow on here. You all may see that it's 2 Black Power medias out there. One's about to, I believe this platform is about to change to another name soon. As soon as we know what it is, we'll let you know. Support both. Both got great programming. And, you know, let me end by saying whenever there's war is to gain something. And if it's not to gain land, freedom, wealth, then it's pure ego. So stop.
Yeah, bro.
That's from the heart. Love y'all. Stay black, whatever it is you may be. Peace.
Thank you.
Good to see you, fam.
Yeah, good to see y'all.
Be back. Till next time.